सो हे व्हाट्सअप होमीज, कैसे हो आप सब लोग। वेलकम बैक टू अनदर लाइव स्ट्रीम। कैसे हो आप सब? ओ सैयद भाई, हेलो हेलो, कैसे हो? विनू स्ट्रीम, क्या हालचाल? मैं बिल्कुल बढ़िया हूँ, आप बताओ सैयद भाई। मेरे एडिट कौन करेगा? अरे एडिट होके मिल जाएगा आपको अभिनव भाई। हेलो विनू स्ट्रीम, कैसे हो? क्या हालचाल? आज सब लोग पता नहीं कहाँ हैं, कहाँ जा रखे हैं सब लोग? नोटिफिकेशन क्या है डिस्कॉर्ड पे? हाँ, डिस्कॉर्ड पे नोटिफिकेशन तो आ गया है। डिस्कॉर्ड नोटिफिकेशन तो आ गया है। और बताओ गाइस, क्या हाल चाल है सबके? मुझे लगता है कोई स्ट्रीम पे आया नहीं है। आप कैसे हो शुरू? मैं बिल्कुल बढ़िया, आप बताओ सैयद भाई, कैसे हो आप? घर में सब ठीक? डिनर कर लिया आपने? आई थिंक कोई आया नहीं तो गेम ही चालू करते हैं। आज बात करने के लिए कुछ चालू फटाफट। मैं ठीक हूँ। मैं ठीक। मैं बाद में डिनर करूंगा। ओके 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 ओके। समझ गया समझ गया। सब बढ़िया ही रहना चाहिए सैयद भाई, सब बढ़िया रहना चाहिए। फटाफट से गेम को ओपन कर लेते हैं। कुछ सेट दिख रहा है। हाँ, सब सेट है सब। अशुरा एक्चुअली अभी तक तो दिल आ जाता है ना छोटा सा, वो दिखना ही है। अभी तक कोई आया नहीं। हाँ, अभी तक कोई आया नहीं। फिर अभिनव भाई भी शायद चले गए हैं। वो भी आके शायद चले गए हैं। एक काम करता हूँ, मैं गेम स्किन लगा देता हूँ। और ठीक है। गेम साउंड। गेम साउंड मेरा साउंड सही आ रहा है? ये होता ना? क्या गेम साउंड मेरा साउंड सही से आ रहा है? तो फटाफट ऑडिटी को थोड़ा सा बिल्ड करते हैं। यस, ऑडिटी शायद लगाना पड़ेगा। एंड नेगेटिव। अशुर एक और चीज, हम चैट कर रहे हैं बट वो रैंकिंग नंबर नहीं दे रहा है। रैंकिंग नंबर दे देगा अभी, बाकी लोग नहीं है ना तो कंपेयर किससे करेगा, तो वो रैंकिंग नंबर दे देगा। एंड आवाज आ रहा है गेम की। ओके डन। गेम का आवाज मेरे पास सही आ रहा है ना, कुछ ज्यादा कम तो नहीं है ना?
Come on, keep up.
ऊपर साइड है। अरे इतने सारे फूल। नो मतलब समझा नहीं मैं, सब बल्कि बढ़िया से नहीं आ रहा क्या? यहाँ पर फ्लावर्स हैं, सब लपेट लो, सब लपेट लो। इधर का लपेट लिया, इधर भी लपेटना है, चलो। हेलो सभी को, क्या हालचाल? हेलो अर्जुन भाई, प्रोटेक्शन क्या हालचाल, कैसे हो?
Time for more snow, damselettes.
वैसे मुझे लगा वैसे मुझे लगा था कि सब आएंगे, पर हाँ पता नहीं कहीं होंगे सब लोग। मैं भी तो थोड़ा इरेगुलर हो गया था तो इसलिए लोग भी गायब हो गए। भाई मैं कहा ना, मैं गायब हो जाता तो मेरे साथ ही लोग भी गायब हो जाते सब। अरे धीरे धीरे करके जब सबको पता चलेगा लाइव आया हूं तो लोग आ ही जाएंगे, तो कोई बात नहीं है। ए भगवान, इससे बात नहीं करना है। चलो ये सब हो गया। अब कहाँ की ओटीटी 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 ओटीटी। अरे हाँ, अरे यार टीम में लगा रखा तो ऊपर ही होगी। चलो क्राफ्टिंग बेंच पे चलते हैं। एलके भी नहीं है क्या इधर? रिवॉर्ड क्लेमबल अवेलेबल, फलाना ढिमकाना। एलका में नहीं है क्या भाई? हम चीजें क्राफ्ट कहाँ पे करेंगे? अब ठीक है, मारते हैं। रेस्टोरेंट है, इधर स्टारडस्ट है। भाई इधर है ही नहीं भाई, इधर क्राफ्टिंग बेंच ही नहीं है। यहाँ पर हम सेलेक्ट करेंगे अपनी प्यारी ऑडिट को। ऐसे। लेट्स सी कितना तक ग्रेड होती है हमारी। लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना, बिल्कुल। लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना। अब फ्लिंस भी निकालना है, बहुत ही ज्यादा पेंडिंग पड़ा है भाई। गति खराब है इसमें, बिल्ड ही नहीं होते मेरे कैरेक्टर्स। आर्टिफैक्ट ये लोग देते ही नहीं। एरिया में बचा है, ज्यादा है। 5 है, 10, 19 फ्लावर ही है। आज के दिन डालेंगे बाकी। इसका वो भी तो होगा ना। पॉकेट का मिल गया, फ्री पॉकेट का। मैं लाइव स्ट्रीम को लाइक करते। थैंक यू सो मच सैयद भाई, थैंक यू सो मच। आज डोमेन भी नहीं है, बताओ। संडे को होगा अभी इसका सीधा। एंड तो असेंशन वाले मटेरियल तो अभी और चाहिए। इसी को फार्म करेंगे अभी। आज के दिन इसको फार्म कर लेते हैं, इसका थोड़ा सा आर्टिफैक्ट फार्म कर लेते हैं ताकि कुछ तो लगा पाए। तो नॉर्मल वो भी पड़े हैं, ठीक। आया। चलो टीम चेंज करो। ओ माय गॉड सर, मेरा अर्ली रिव्यू कर दो। ओ माय गॉड सीवियर भाई, इतने दिनों बाद क्या हालचाल। बिल्कुल यूआईडी तो अभी कर देते हैं। यूआईडी तो यूआईडी यूआईडी फटाफट फटाफट। और बता जेवियर भाई, इतने दिनों बाद यार तुम तो भूल ही गए मेरे को। तुसी भूल गए हो मेरे को। पहले ऑल चैट्स कर लेता हूँ। मस्त है सर, फ्रेंड में हूँ। अच्छा फ्रेंड में हूँ, यस यस यस। भूल गया था मैं। कौन सा अकाउंट है जेवियर भाई? जेवियर नाम से है ना? ये है अपने जेवियर भाई। आर्लेकीन। आर्लेकीन। ओके। लेवल 80 अटैक बहुत ही ज्यादा कम है भाई। ये 2000 प्लस 2200 प्लस करो। बाकी 55 टू 51 ये भी बहुत कम है। अभी बिल्कुल नहीं। तो क्या ये तुम फ्लेक्स करने के लिए मेरे को वो किए थे? मैं नहीं बोला बस आपका सब। अरे बात है ना कि मैं गायब हो जाता हूँ, लोग भी गायब हो जाते हैं। एंड हमारे साथ बाकी जो साथी यूट्यूबर्स है ना, तो हमारी ऑडियंस थोड़ी सेम सेम है। सो हम लोग कभी उसी से बैठे होते हैं, कभी इस सर्वर बैठे होते हैं, वो मिक्सअप रहता है। मेरा चैट भी वेलकम टू स्ट्रीम, अरे पढ़ तो रहा हूँ। वैसे अशुरा भाई मैंने चेक किया, कहीं मैंने ब्लॉक तो नहीं कर दिया गलती से शायद सैयद भाई को। लेकिन उनको ब्लॉक नहीं किया मैंने, फिर भी उनकी चैट नहीं दिख रही मुझे। कुछ ग्लिच होगा। तो ये पता है, ये मैं तुम्हें बता रहा हूँ जेवियर भाई, ये ना बता नहीं रहे थे कि भाई रिव्यू करो, ये फ्लेक्स कर रहे थे कि आर्ली किन विद वेपन निकाले हैं। ओके ऑडिट 1700 अटैक 50 163 अभी और बढ़ेगा। मेरे को देखना ही नहीं है, मेरे को इस आदमी का देखना ही नहीं है। अकाउंट फ्लेक्स मार रहा है, नहीं देखना मेरे को अकाउंट। बल्कि तुम यहाँ पर फ्लेक्स कर रहे थे हैं? यहाँ पर फ्लेक्स करने आओ, शर्म आ रही है? इधर 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 मेरा पूरा पीछे जल गया है, ये देखो ये देखो। ऑडिट निकाल ली मैंने, सिर्फ इतने पुल्स है मेरे पे। एंड इसमें मेरे को फ्लिंस चाहिए। बताओ फ्लिंस आएगा नहीं आएगा ना? उस बाद सरिता आएगी, मेरे को सरिता भी निकालना है 6.3 पे। तो 6.3 बोल रहा हूँ, 7.3 पे। बताओ जाओ तो जाओ, कहाँ मैं? ये आदमी आया है फ्लेक्स करने, ठीक है। जल गया शुरा भाई। देखो चड्डी बची है कि वो भी जल। शर्म करो शर्म। मैं ऑडिट 60 फुल पर आया, फिर 5 फुल में आ रहे हो कि लियो? क्या तुम ऐसा मजाक कर रहे हो? 5 फुल में आर ले, व्हाट द हेल यार। और वेपन, वेपन का बता।
A burst of flavor. A little amuse bouche. Strike a pop. Busted. Off to the freezer.
शर्म करो, क्या होता है? 40 पुल देन 30 पुल में आर्ले का मिला। वाह भाई। 70 पुल में इंसान को दोनों वेपन मिल गए। मेरी ही किस्मत खराब है, मैं ही गधा हूँ जो जेंशिन खेल रहा है। पता नहीं कौन सा वो दिन था जिस दिन मैंने सोचा कि जेंशिन खेलना चालू करता हूँ।
On the loose. A little amuse bouche.
बबुआ तुम तो एग्रेसिव हो रहे हो।
Busted. Take it easy. Off to the freezer. Extinguished.
जेवियर, जेवियर भी, मैं भी जल गया, रहने दो और मत बताओ प्लीज। बोल दो नहीं 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 नहीं, मैं समझ गया। मेरे को हिस्ट्री देख के और अपना खिलसाना नहीं है दिमाग। बस हो गया। मैं इमोशनल हो चुका हूँ, मैं खत्म हो चुका हूँ। आज के लिए इतना डिप्रेशन काफी है। अब बोलोगे तो मैं अभी पहुंच जाऊंगा इंस्टेंट एकदम। इतना डिप्रेशन देने काफी नहीं है। कितना डिप्रेशन देना चाहते हो जेवियर भाई? मानता हूँ आपकी किस्मत अच्छी, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है ना कि आप ऐसे मेरे को जलाओगे हैं। हम ठहरे एफ2पी, हमारे दिल में दुखता है जब एक एक भूल जाता है। ऐसा हमारे दिल पे लगता है कि वो हमने क्या पाप किया था। ओके सर जी, कल सेंड करो। देख रहे हो बदतमीजी, देख रहे हो बदतमीजी। बस बस तुम लोग बदतमीजी देखो। दूसरा टावर कौन सा है? आ क्या 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 कहना क्या चाहते हो? ना करो, नहीं हो तो जो पहना है अशुरा भाई ने वो भी जल जाएगा। अरे अरे, नंगना अवस्था में देखना चाहते हो मेरे को? शर्म नहीं आ रही तुम्हें? बाय द वे, गाजियाबाद आया हूँ कॉलेज ज्वाइन करने। बहुत पास में आया हूँ। क्या कहते हो जीवियर भाई, मिले? क्या कहते हो? गाजियाबाद में कॉलेज है। तो आ जाओ, मिलते हैं कभी, अगर आपका मन हो तो। आप कहाँ पर हो? आप बस दिल्ली आ जाओ। दिल्ली में आ जाओ, फिर जहां पर बोलोगे वहां पर आ जाऊंगा।
Off to the freezer.
मेरे को पता नहीं आज काजुहा की क्यों याद आ रही है। आज मेरे को काजुहा की याद आ रही है। काजुहा इस्तेमाल करने का मन कर रहा है। लो फिर प्लान करते हैं। ओके, गाजियाबाद में रूम लोगे? ठीक है फिर, रूम ले लो फिर मिलने का प्लान बनाते हैं, ठीक है? मैं पहले ही बता रहा हूँ, जिस दिन मिलोगे पार्टी आपकी तरफ से होगी, ठीक है? इंद्रप्रस्थ, इंद्रप्रस्थ इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज। ओ हो, नाम सुना है मैंने, नाम सुना है। वो है इसकी, ट्रेन आ रहा है। ओ, इधर भी ट्रेन आ रहा है। क्या बात है। एक सेकंड देना गाइस। अशरक, क्या मैं भी जेवियर के साथ आऊं आपके पास? बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। एकांश, ओ नॉट द फर्स्ट, नो वरीज, आई नीड जस्ट अ लिटिल टाइम टू कम बैक ऑन ट्रैक। ओके ओके, टेक योर टाइम एकांश, टेक योर टाइम। भाई ट्रेन के जो टायर देखो कितने, एकदम मजा ही आ गया। मुंह के सामने ट्रेन आ रहा है, एक काम करो सामने खड़े हो जाओ, देखते क्या होता है। अंदर फंस गया मैं। नेक्स्ट लेवल ट्रेन है भाई। मस्त ट्रेन है, मजा आएगा।
Merciless.
ट्रेन देख के मजा ही नहीं आया था, कि मेरे को ही मजा आता है। आप कहाँ से हो सैयद भाई? बताओ सैयद भाई, कहाँ से हो आप? एक, ओके तो सैयद भाई कोलकाता से हैं। एक मैसेज छूट गया, कौन सा मैसेज, कौन सा मैसेज छूट गया? लकी, मुझ, लकी मुझे मेरा फेवरेट कोर्स मिल गया। कौन सा कोर्स, कौन सा कोर्स, कौन सा कोर्स में ज्वाइन किया हो?
Merciless.
जेवियर भाई विच कोर्स? आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस एंड मशीन लर्निंग। ओहो, क्या बात है, क्या बात है। एआई कर रहे हो, बहुत बढ़िया। मेरे लिए ना वो एक बना के देना, ठीक है? अपना वॉइस असिस्टेंट बना के देना मेरे लैपटॉप के लिए, कि मैं उसको बोलूँ वो सारा काम कर दे। तो फी की बात करें। कौन सी फीस की बात है यार? काफी बढ़िया कर रहे हो भाई, फिर तो सही है भाई।
Come the miners echo in song. Yup. Busted. Here comes the catch. The pinnacle of excellence. Mine to win.
हे होमी, हे डिग्री, व्हाट्स अप, क्या हाल चाल, वेलकम स्ट्रीम। कैसे हो? क्रिट डैमेज, एचपी। हाँ। चलो और क्या है? एक उसका सेट कौन सा, मेरे को एक बार पढ़ लेने दो। स्टैंड अवेट ऑफ माय अराइवल ह्यूमन। अरे 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 अरे, इतनी खतरनाक लाइन। बाय द वे, खीरा से बात हो रहा है? नहीं नहीं, खीरा से बात होना, बातचीत तो नहीं है मेरी भी खीरा से। टैग बाय 50। ठीक है, अच्छा ये वाला सेट है। कैसे हो वुल्फी? मैं बिल्कुल बढ़िया। अपना बताओ, कैसे हो हेक्स भाई? हाउ आर यू एकांश एंड हेक्स? ओहो, बल्कि एक दूसरे को जानते हो सब लोग। बढ़िया बात है।
Things are about to get dicey. A dash of frost. Time to shine. A burst of flavor.
I'm good. What do you? I am great. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Ah,
Come no closer. Gotcha. Here comes the catch. Off to the freezer. Let the world collide. Contains spirit crystalline.
वुल्फी से अच्छा नाम तो बुढ़िया के बाद। अरे यार, वुल्फी, यू नो, आई एम अ वुल्फ, सो वुल्फी ऐसे प्यार से, समझ रहे हो यार? एक तत्काल पीस तो अशूरा परसों स्पेशल स्ट्रीम होगा, है ना? हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। हाँ, रिमेम्बर गाइस, वन वन सेकेंड रिमाइंडर, परसों होने वाला है एक स्पेशल स्ट्रीम, संडे को, ठीक है, जिसमें होगा एक जेंशिन का वेलकिन गिव अवे, क्योंकि मेरे बर्थडे का स्पेशल स्ट्रीम नहीं हुआ था गिव अवे वाला, तो वो होगा, वेलकिन का गिव अवे होगा, एंड साथ में हम लोग साथ में थोड़े फन गेम्स भी खेलेंगे, तो उसके लिए रेडी रहना सब लोग, ठीक है? स्टे ट्यून फॉर दैट। सेल्फ सेंटर वुल्फी, मतलब डॉग। अरे वुल्फ और डॉग में अंतर होता है। मतलब कुछ भी, तुम कुछ भी बना रहे हो। जेंशिन ही है कि वे क्यों होते हैं? क्योंकि मेन ऑडियंस जेंशिन की ही है, बात ये है।
My command.
अगर ऑडियंस में देखा जाए तो मेन ऑडियंस जेंशिन जेंशिन की ही है।
A little amuse bouche. Boost on the loose. Strike a pop. A dash of frost.
अरे एलियोशा को भी तो बिल्ड करना है, थोड़ा एलियोशा को भी बिल्ड करेंगे। कुछ और करो, पैसा वैसा दो यार। अरे अरे देखो, जो गिव अवे है वो भी मेरे को स्पॉन्सर है बाय वन ऑफ आवर ओल्ड फ्रेंड अशुरा। 1 मिनट, आई एम कमिंग। ओके। डॉग और वुल्फ में क्या डिफरेंस है? देखो, अगर उसमें देखा जाए ना, कैटेगरी देखा जाए तो कैटेगरी एक ही है, लेकिन डिफरेंस है। समझ रहे? देयर इज अ डिफरेंस। वुल्फी ही इज कमिंग, हु इज कमिंग, हु इज कमिंग? स्पॉन्सर वहां जीत गया लाइफ में, कांग्रेस। स्पॉन्सर वहां जीत गया लाइफ में, कांग्रेचुलेशन। डॉग भौंकते हैं, वुल्फ काटते हैं। वाह, जैसे डॉग तो काटती नहीं है ना। ओ आर्लेकिनो का बर्थडे, क्या बात है। फिर हम जाए अपने औहदे पे। समर कॉटेज। ये कौन सा पीस है? ये सुपर कर। ये क्या है? Increase the cube character type by 12% for 12 seconds. Take a stellar glimmer reaction. Stellar glimmer reaction also increase the stellar glimmer reaction by all nearby party member 50%. हम क्या भी ये वाला देख लेते हैं। इधर कुछ नहीं है, इधर कुछ नहीं है, इधर भी कुछ नहीं है, इधर भी कुछ नहीं है, इधर भी कुछ नहीं है। और अगर इधर हम फिल्टर इसका लगाए तो ये हमारे पास चीजें हैं। लगता है तभी तो मेरा वेपन निकला है। हाँ, मेरे को लग रहा है आर्लेकिनो तुमसे प्यार करती है, ठीक है, इसलिए तुम्हें मिल गया। If the road gets bumpy, you don't change the vehicle. Instead, you sit tight, hold on something. I think ये रोड के बारे में नहीं था, right? What can I grab when I am the one driving? हे भगवान, ये लौंडे लोग। डैमेज क्रिएटेड दोनों हैं। फिर डैमेज वाला ही दे। हेलो जेंशिन गेमर, व्हाट्स अप, वेलकम टू स्ट्रीम। क्या हाल चाल गाइस? डू लाइक एंड बट डू एनी गाइस, डू लाइक और डिसलाइक डू एनी। ये कैसी बात हुई यार? ये कैसी बात हुई? सीडी दे दे भाई, सीडी चाहिए, सीडी चाहिए। हे भगवान, ये पीस गंदा क्यों जा रहा है? अब एक और एक गंदा क्या, मैं हटा दूंगा इसको। हे भगवान। ठीक है, तत्काल के लिए रखते हैं, बाकी देखते हैं। क्रिट रेट है इसमें, क्रिट रेट है, क्रिट डैमेज वाला दिखना है मेरे को। क्रिट डैमेज, एक बार इसको एनहांस करके देखते हैं। छी भाई जेंशिन मेरे साथ इतना ही गलत कैसे कर देता है, मुझे समझ नहीं आया आज तक। इतना प्यार कैसे है इसको। बस तुम लोग रोल देखते जाओ, तुम लोग डिप्रेशन देखोगे, अभी अभी तुम लोग देखोगे डिप्रेशन सिर्फ। फिर लास्ट है, इसको इसके ऊपर भी, इसके ऊपर तुम्हें डिप्रेशन दिखाता रहूंगा। लेट्स गो। ओके ठीक है, एक और होगा। क्रिट डैमेज, अटैक। एक और एक क्रिट डैमेज देते बस। हे भगवान। चलो इसको एंड इसको कंपेयर करें, यही ठीक है, यही रहने देते हैं। आई वांट एचपी रोल। भाई यू वांट एचपी रोल। ओह हेलो मोहित भाई, फ्रेंडशिप क्या हालचाल, कैसे हो? अभी आप ही के बारे में बात कर रहा, अभी आप ही के बारे में बात चल रहा था। आई एम ड्राइविंग सो आई हैव टू हुई 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 हुई। कोड बोर्ड। एकांश पाठक वो नंबर वन, एकांश पाठक ये नंबर। क्या है ये, कहना क्या चाहता है? एवरीवन इज जीरो। ऑडिट गिव न्यू आर्टिफैक्ट सेट। अरे न्यू आर्टिफैक्ट सेट अभी मिला नहीं है, तो तत्काल के लिए ये लगा रहा हूँ, कोई भी। समझ रहे हो? नया वाला है ही नहीं मेरे पे। फार्म किया लेकिन नहीं है। What happened to Shura? Nothing. Depression is coming. I'll go take care, Wolfie. Wifey. Bye bye. Take care. मैं मटर पनीर और रोटी जलेबी रबड़ी खा रहा हूँ। ये इंसान। इस अकाउंट से गया, सबका चैट दिखेगा। आ गया सबका चैट, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। ये कौन सा आर्टिफैक्ट दे रहे हो उसको शुरा? अरे ये वो सैंड्रोने वाले दे रहा हूँ तत्काल के लिए। अब जब कुछ है नहीं तो कुछ ना से हाथ तो सही। समझ रहे हो? कुछ ना से कम से कम हाथ तो होगा। आपको खाना है, बिल्कुल खाना है, भेज दो। मैं तो रैंडम दी हूँ। अरे मैं कम से कम ये स्टेलर के लिए ये दे दे रहा हूँ ना। मतलब ये कुछ भी दे दे रहा हूँ मैं तत्काल के लिए, बस पीस। मैं एक बार को सोचता हूँ मेरे पास कितने ही गंदे पीस हो सकते हैं। यही दे देता हूँ भाई। ये ले भाई, ये ले ले। एक सेकंड, वो पीस में लगाया नहीं क्या उसके ऊपर? कुछ तो किया ही नहीं मैंने भाई। अभी अभी गलत सीन हो जाता है मेरे साथ। जैनशिप में क्वेस्ट बचा है, सब क्वेस्ट हुआ है। अरे भी क्वेस्ट करना है, भी क्वेस्ट करना है। भाई एक बार भी सीआर नहीं दिया, एक बार भी सीआर नहीं दिया। तुम लोग देखो 25 डिफेंस। प्योर डिप्रेशन। मैं अभी के टाइम पे कर रहा हूँ कुछ भी। अभी दे रहा हूँ कोई भी पीस। इस वाईटी को नशे कोई सुधारो। कैसे नशे, कैसे नशे, कैसे नशे? तुम लोग बस इसमें किस्मत देखो मेरी। सीडी पे कितनी बार गया है बस। किस्मत देख रहे हो तुम लोग? देख लो, इसमें भी एक बार भी क्रिएट रेट पे नहीं गया। बस किस्मत देखते जाओ तुम, तुम्हें ऐसी डिप्रेशन आ जाएगा। 40। कुछ भी कर रहा हूँ मैं, कुछ भी।
All things come to an end.
वो कहा एलियोशा का है अपना। एलियोशा एक तो 4 स्टार है ना, वो ऐसे ढूंढने में भी टाइम लगेगा। एलियोशा ये रहा। वेपन तो चलो दे ही रखा है मैंने। इसको क्या दूं? इसमें कौन सा सेट लगेगा? लेट्स सी। नोबलेस। ओ, नोबलेस एंड ये देखते हैं, कोई अच्छा मिल जाए तो। सीडी तुम्हारे नसीब में नहीं है। अरे सीडी, सीआर सीडी तो है नहीं मेरे नसीब में, मैं तो बता रहा हूँ। एक डालिया को मैं इस्तेमाल नहीं करता ना, डालिया के पीसी से दे देते हैं। ओके, कुछ भी नहीं है। चलो अपनी नई टीम का डैमेज देखते हैं। लेट्स गो। अभी तत्काल ये टीम ठीक है कि एक और एक इलेक्ट्रो ले लूं मैं, लेकिन फिर मेरे पास शील्डर नहीं है ना कोई भी, या फिर कोई हीलर, तो टीम दिक्कत दे देगा। लेट्स गो, लेट्स। नहीं, इसी वाले बॉस को मारते हैं। मियाओ 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 मियाओ। गाइस रेडी हो नई वाली टीम का डैमेज देखने के लिए? हे भगवान, क्या ही करूंगा मैं इस वाली टीम से।
Show no mercy. Suffer the wrath of Eastly.
अरे यार, ये दबाना तो मैं क्यों दबा दिया?
Take a break. Come on, keep up. Fulfill our pact.
भाई शील्ड टूट भी क्या?
Waltz of the snowflakes. Get to work. How tiresome.
भाई 50,000 मार दी, 45,000 मार दी। कैसे भाई?
Together. Crystalline Adagio. You two! Time to end them! Come on, keep it up. Take a break. How tiresome. Show no mercy.
गाइस मेरी इस टीम को कोई कुछ नहीं बोलेगा, मेरी सबसे स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट टीम है, ठीक है? देखा तुम लोगों ने ये कितनी खतरनाक टीम है ये।
Pick up the pace.
ओके चलो बहुत मस्ती होगी, स्टोरी की तरफ बढ़ते हैं, बहुत टाइम वेस्ट कर लिया। चलो टीम इतनी ज्यादा होगी ना, समझ में नहीं आ रहा कब कौन सा चलाऊं। डेली कर लेते हैं ना हम लोगों ने, डेली अलग कर लेते हैं, डेली अलग करते हैं, स्टोरी की तरफ बढ़ते हैं। अशुरा अगर अटैक करना हो तो बटन, तो कौन बटन हो, डिफेंस कौन बटन, डिफेंस का कौन सा बटन है? डिफेंस का कोई बटन नहीं है इसमें।
Add
हेलो
Ashura.
कानो, वेलकम, की हाल चाल, कैसी हो?
Thank you for.
बहुत दिनों बाद कनक,
Add Ash.
भूल गए हो तुम अपने आशु भैया को, जाओ। मैं तो तुमसे नाराज हूँ।
Add Ash.
काटी। ओ इधर भी है क्या? मैं तो कानू से कट्टी हूँ, कट्टी। मियाँ। हेलो अर्जुन, हेलो। सही, सैयद सैयद सैयद। मैं सोचू क्या लिख रही है।
We come here often, so we shouldn't stand out. Now, it's up to Vodyanitsa. Let's see how the conversation goes.
ओह ये लौंडा कौन है?
Mr. Mitya, over here, over here.
ओके सो ये मित्या है।
Oh, sorry. I got a little held up on my way here. Now we have even less time than we planned.
ABD भाई कहना क्या चाहती है
Order
ये?
some snacks and drinks, whatever you like. Let me see. According to my schedule, we still have 25 minutes left.
You're really pressed for time today, huh? I was imagining this would be a leisurely chat.
ये तो आते ही बाय बाय।
We can always reschedule for another afternoon.
अरे
when you have
सैयद
more
ये
time.
जोकिंग छोड़ो।
No need. Getting to meet the lead singer is a very precious opportunity for me. I'm not about to pass it up.
सैयद भाई तुम इमोशनल हो जाते हो, तुम समझते नहीं हो मेरे सरकाज़म को।
Our schedules rarely align. If I don't grab this chance while it's here, who knows when the next one will come around?
Well, it's very kind of you to make time just for me.
I'm not too sure, to be honest. But Snezhnaya is full of weird and wonderful things like that, so people tend not to bat an eye. I'm sure the same will go for the Eye of Grey and Paimon.
The reason I invited you out for tea and a chat today was to get some feedback from a true fan of the theater.
Well, I genuinely have nothing bad to say. No matter how many times I hear you sing, it never gets old. It always seems fresh and new somehow. Maybe it's because the more times I listen, the more details I notice. Or maybe you simply improve with every performance, delivering it better each time.
Thank you! I'm delighted to hear that. Could you give me any specific examples?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
The piece you sang today, for example. Beneath the frozen river? Hey, what's with you? I'm just praising your
पहली
performance.
बार ऐसा तरीका देखा है मैंने स्टोरी को रिप्रेजेंट करने
I
का।
always used to find that such a bleak and lonely song. But the more you listen, the more you realize that it's not as cold and nihilistic as it appears. When you really dig down into it, there's a certain level where you're surprised by the emergence of hope.
Wow, I'm impressed. I didn't expect you to pick up on that. Actually, I only tried out that angle after talking with a composer. Still, Beneath the Frozen River wasn't on today's program.
Oh, really? But it's a classic. You sing it every time.
Almost every time.
Oh, well then, let me say a few words about that other all-time classic, Flying in the Wind from the Mountain Sparrow.
I didn't sing that one today either. My voice wasn't quite up to it, so I switched it out at the last minute.
Oh. But,
Sorry, Mr. Mitya, but you were at the theater today, yes?
Of course I was. Remember?
Hey,
Said hello
welcome
to
back,
all the
Akansh.
troop members before the show started. You, Odette,
गेम का वॉल्यूम
the
थोड़ा
others.
बढ़ाओ.
So, what did
Okay.
Odette sing today?
Elegy of the Snow-Winged Goose, of course.
Correct. I see. I see. You find my singing boring, don't you? That's why you don't remember a single song.
अब कर रही है
Looks
इसको
like I need
परेशान.
to cut a few from the program next time.
No, that's not it. I
थोड़ा क्या
swear.
जाना है? आज आशु भैया का मूड खराब करूंगी. I am going to
All
irritate.
right. I'll be straight with you.
करो करो.
I'm sorry.
कोशिश
My
कर लो.
mind was wandering as you took the stage today.
Good, so good. I for. अरे
I
अरे.
enjoy watching your shows because the exquisite performances stimulate the mind. It always sparks some inspiration for my research.
सही है, उसको
whenever
मुझे
I get
तंग
stuck
करने
at
में मजा
work,
आता
I
है.
come to the theater for
और
a
कुछ
change of
नहीं.
pace. Odette's dance during the elegy of the Snow-Winged Goose today was simply incredible. It got me wondering what she's been going through recently. That look of sheer defiance in the face of utter tragedy, it was so inspiring. I started scribbling in my notebook right away. Not that I made a ton of progress in the grand scheme of things, but I still think it was productive. By the time I snapped out of it, the entire show had finished.
So what you're saying is, you didn't listen to my singing at all?
Unfortunately not. I'm sorry, I don't know which is more disrespectful. The fact that I don't always come for the show itself, or the fact that I missed your performance.
Seems like things are getting a little awkward.
या
Mitya just stepped into a conversational
कि हम दोनों
minefield.
सभी के स्ट्रीम में
If there's
जाके
one thing
चैट
Vodyanitsa doesn't
कर
like,
रहे हैं.
it's people who show disrespect for her performance. Ah, this meeting was so hard to set up. Don't tell me it's already falling apart.
It's fine.
कह सकते हो don't wanna
I
offend
suppose
anyone.
this is affirming
अशुरा क्या
in its
आप
own
चाहते
way.
हो कि कनक
At least, it shows that our performance really touches
परेशान
people's
करे?
hearts,
करती
right?
रहती है वो. मेरे को
Don't
आदत है
let it
सही
bother
भाई.
you.
ओके बाय बाय.
It
मेरा फोन
certainly
चार्ज
doesn't
नहीं है.
bother me.
मैं आता हूँ
She's
जब
showing a lot of restraint.
ये लाइव एंड ओके बाय बाय.
Well, I
अर्जुन
was sure to let
bye bye,
Odette know
Arjun.
how much you adored her performance.
Please don't say that. I always love your performances too. It's just that inspiration struck at the wrong time today. I'm usually all ears.
I know, I can tell. That's why I value your opinion. I'm sure some people can't stand it when others praise their coworkers right to their face, but not me. No, sir.
Fair enough. I still feel kind of bad though.
But you know what I really can't stand? People who only show up to the theater to pretend that they're cultured.
Oh yeah, 100%. There are too many of those people around. By the time they're walking out the door, they've forgotten all about the show. What's
खाना
wrong?
खाना. If you
look
ever feel
furious.
stupid, remember there are
I
people
don't know
paying
if
money
you've
for
heard about the
themselves to
boss
get
at the
cancer.
Eastern manufacturing plant. He isn't even a theater investor.
And why did you think
But
मैं
he
offend हो
always
जाऊंगी?
demands the same privileges as
मतलब कौन offend हो
actual
जाएगा?
investor. Box tickets only, premium drinks, even the right to request
Well played, Vodyanitsa. Seems like she's harnessing her rage to steer the
Now that you mention it, I've interacted with that guy before. I gotta say, everyone holds him up as an example of a benevolent businessman, but
Yeah, he couldn't care less about what's happening on stage. He's just there to flaunt his social status. I hate that I have to prepare
ये वीडियो
programs for
निट्सा
guys
का मेरे को
like
आवाज
that.
बहुत प्यारा लगा.
What's the big deal with that factory he runs anyway? I asked around a bit and heard some pretty shocking stories. Sounds like he's just another greedy capitalist.
oh, really?
Yep, the things people are saying are pretty damning. Low wages, insanely
You said
long
and
working
Ashu
hours,
भैया
equipment
and
running
Akash.
around the clock.
मतलब क्या कहने क्या चाहते हो
That's
कनक?
not bad enough. He also strictly forbids his employees from giving any kind of interview. Project
When people
Stuja
tell
has now
me
been extended so many times.
They have
We're at the point where
never
crystal
met
rations
someone
for the
like
common
me,
folk
but
are
that's the
barely
point
enough
of
to
my
survive on.
Oh ho
Yet
ho.
he even wants to get his greedy hands on them just to boost his own profits. If the rumors are true, he's in serious violation of the law.
Interesting. So you've heard about it too.
What? So it's really true?
Who knows? I've only heard the same rumors you have. But there's no smoke without fire. The Rooster's been coming down on us hard lately, demanding that we track and trace every single batch of Crystal. My coworkers in the Department of Energy have been tearing their hair out over it.
The Rooster? I didn't realize he cared that much.
Yeah. Even though there are no restrictions on Crystal trading, the poor will wind up freezing to death if we let the rich buy as much as they want. That's clearly unfair. Looks like we'll need to arrange an investigation into the Iskra manufacturing plant as soon as possible. I never knew you kept up with current affairs beyond the theater, Miss Vodyanica. You really have a heart for the common person. Most Fae in your position have long been indifferent to the plight of humans.
Well, those of us who choose to live in human cities are naturally going to pay attention to any significant upheaval. Isn't the Rooster a Fae himself? I'm just surprised to learn that even someone with as much experience as him is getting so stressed out over Project Stuja. What is the end goal of this project anyway?
This is it. We're finally going there.
I'm sure Mitya can sense on some level that she's fishing for information.
Sorry, I wasn't listening because I was eating matar paneer और रोटी with जलेबी. ये बंदा फिर जला रहा है.
It's stressing me out too.
आता ही एक
If I
कान से
only
अपना
made better progress with my research, things wouldn't have dragged on this long.
Oh, so
Wow,
your
bro,
work
you
is
having a
related
nice
to Project
day.
Stuja?
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source.
Yeah,
Not the power of the
what
light
you're
realm
doing?
and not
Meow.
elemental energy. Right now, the only thing that meets the
म्याओ
requirements
म्याओ क्या चल
is
रहा है
the
ट्रेंड
power
में आजकल
contained
तुम्हारे?
within stellar, but harnessing that power is costly. Each step of the process requires enormous amounts of Kresnik crystal. From extraction to quantification, progress has been painfully slow, and the team is getting burned out as time goes by. Sometimes, I see people staring into space, as if in a...
Could it be that this new energy source has side effects?
No, it doesn't affect
Watching
us,
live stream
because the
live
energy
stream
is used
के
for...
अलावा
Okay, I got it. Stop choking me.
ये कौन गलत आवाज है इसके बाबा पीछे हाथ किसका है ये?
Sorry, I can't talk about that. I think we're all just exhausted. We've been working ourselves to the bone for so long with so little progress to show for it. It's no wonder people are struggling to stay motivated.
Seems like I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have gotten so mad at you for not paying attention during the show.
Don't worry about it. I count myself lucky, to be honest. I don't envy the people who work closely with the Tsaritsa herself. I'd much rather be in my current position. At least I don't have to shoulder any major responsibilities.
So they're trying to develop a completely new kind of energy.
Okay.
Yeah, censored by a scarf. Who would have thought?
Oh, dear. It looks like my time is up. I'm afraid I have to leave. I'm so sorry. We ended up barely talking about the theater.
That's okay. It was a pleasure chatting with you, really.
Let's make up for it next time. Yeah, hopefully once the work pressure eases up a little, I'll be able to focus more on the performance and... We touched on some
आप
cosmetic
क्या
issues
कर रही
today.
हैं लाइव
I'd be
स्ट्रीम के
grateful
अलावा?
if you could keep it between us.
That could have gone worse.
Nice job. Why was Mitya in such a hurry to leave, though?
Sorry, routine inspection.
Oh.
Okay, let's go.
So he wasn't rushing to get back to work. He must have calculated that Valeri would find him here in exactly 25 minutes. That's frighteningly accurate.
One of the main duties of the Special Assignments Battalion is to ensure that important figures stick to their schedules.
All right, time for us to get going too.
Just
Excuse
finish
me,
eating
check
मटर
please.
पनीर रोटी.
We'll settle
बाबर
our check
बताना
too,
जरूरी
then.
नहीं है कांच में तुम ये बोल सकते हो मैंने खाना खा लिया ठीक है?
Paid the check before leaving. He also asked me to pass on a message.
He said it was an honor to share his tea break with Miss Vot.
Wait.
So he knew we were here all along? The new energy source so that we'd overhear it? Maybe his work
Okay.
isn't confidential after all. Maybe the key here is the purpose of this new energy. I guess that's the next thing to look into.
एकांश बार बार अशुरा को मत
Vodianitsa and
ललचा।
Alosha have
वही
both
तो
left.
अभी मैंने लिटरली सुबह से
Time
कुछ
to
नहीं
head
खाया
back and
है
call
और ये
it a
बंदा
day.
मेरे को ललचाया जा रहा है। चलो पाइमोन से मिल गया था, पाइमोन से अपने।
You're back! Here pretty early today. Paimon was just gonna mention that. After she woke up today, Paimon felt like her temperature was completely back to normal. But her strength still hasn't returned. Still, there's some good news. Paimon thinks she might have figured out the source of the problem. It's like there's some
अरे
kind
सेठ,
of
आशु भैया
mysterious
को
power
परेशान करने में ही तो
affecting
मजा आता है।
Paimon. Paimon's
क्यों
never
मेरे
felt
को ही
this
क्यों
way
परेशान
before
करने में मजा आता
during
है?
any of her travels.
हैं? मैं
She
तो परेशान
only
होता भी
started
नहीं हूँ।
feeling this way since we arrived in Snezhnaya.
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source.
Could that have something to do with this?
What is it? You're making that face again. You know, the one you get whenever you have a light bulb moment?
Imagine you come back from
So,
home and
you're
your
trying
child
to develop
greets
a
you
new
by cleaning
energy
your
source
arms
here?
and your
And you
wife
think
prepares
that
a
might be
nice
why
meal.
Paimon's
Butter
feeling
bunny.
unwell?
हे भगवान, ये एकांश ये आज पूरा एकदम रेज बेट करने की कोशिश कर रहा है, लेकिन
We
नहीं
can't
करूंगा मैं।
deny that the energy they're researching has any side effects. Although, he did say that people working on the project have been having issues with their concentration and short-term memory. And even so, those are completely different symptoms from Paimon's. It's pretty faint, so it's kind of hard to tell. But, if anything, it seems like it's coming from roughly
By the way,
the same
Ashura bhai
direction
बोला
as the Armory Palace.
अशोरा भाई वरना है जापानीज नोट्स मैंने खुद ने बनाए हैं। How to learn is the मैंने उस लैंग्वेज के नोट्स लिए हैं। बोला हाँ बिल्कुल भेजना मेरे को। The meaning of words. JK just kidding. I don't know. By the way, you're हे भगवान। पढ़ लिया, मैं पूरा पढ़ लिया तुम्हारा चैट एकांश भाई, मैं पूरा पढ़ने की हालत में नहीं हूँ। ठीक है, वो नीचे का पढ़ के
I'm
दूर
not
दर्द
with
पीड़ा
you
होगा
there.
मेरे को।
Oh, great point! They argue about Project Stuja every day. If we could sit in on one of theirs, good idea! Oh yeah, while you were this one seemed right up your alley.
बहुत गंदा है यार। Your mind, did you mean another similarity? Huh?
Alosha replied.
Oh,
He says
I
that we
can't
won't be able to
choose after
speak at the
switching
Vecha,
between
but he can arrange for us
philosophy
to attend as
and
visitors.
race depending on the mood person
Time to get
sometimes.
ready. Then head to the Snezhnaya Vecha.
हे भगवान। आज एकांश कुछ मेरे को लगता है ना, आज खाना कुछ ज्यादा ही अच्छा खा रहे हैं तो जोश आ गया उसमें। आज एकांश में आ गया फुल जोश।
Miss
ये अब
Vodyanitsa,
कल तो मैं
prima donna
पता
of the
नहीं
Korolievsky troupe. What a surprise meeting you
भारी
here. Will you
भरकम
be
लाइन
sitting in
भेज
on a
रहा
session of the Vetcha?
जोशीला यस
Sorry, I'm not
Joshila
taking
hai
interviews today. Oh good, you're here. The session's about to begin. Let's get inside.
Please wait, Miss Vodyanitsa. Could you introduce me to your new friend?
हेलो आई एम बैक वेलकम बैक अर्जुन वेलकम बैक हो गया तुम्हारा फोन चार्ज
In summary, the energy management commitments made for the outgoing period have been delivered upon. Furthermore, both the production and consumption of Kresnik
Fifth of the
crystal
40 Harbin.
show clear signs of stabilizing. The relevant
बल्कि आर्ली किनो के
agencies have
जस्ट नहीं
assessed
चाहता
the
ये बंदा
present
पावर में
circumstances and determined that the status quo can be sustained until the next period.
We
For
live in
detailed
science, knowing
statistics,
damn well
I would refer you to the
only cell
industry
I know is
reports
the
that have
perfect
been
cell from Dragon
distributed
Ball
to
Z.
all persons present.
क्या हो गया आज
It
कांच
should
को
also be noted
तेरे फोन से
that
आ
while
गया
the recent
डोरेमोन
blizzards have
एक
led
एडिट
to
कब
a
आएगी
significant increase in people's energy
अरे डोरेमोन तुम्हारा
expenses,
राइवल क्या है
this is
वेश
strictly a short-term phenomenon associated with a remotely located monster. Her Majesty the Tsaritsa is giving her full attention to this matter. We should have
चिरकुट
every
सा
confidence
पटुई
that it will be dealt
पांचवें
with
नंबर पे बैठा है
swiftly and conclusively. A financial report on disaster relief is also present in this report, courtesy of Pantalone.
पैंथलोना भी करा है
They cover the same old ground every single time. The
अशिरा
rooster
मैं
never
डिनर
seems to
करके
mind,
आता हूँ
but
ओके
everyone else is getting tired of it. There's a general lack of trust. People aren't seeing any tangible benefits that affect them directly. Of course, none of that will be reflected in any of the reports on
अर्जुन
the
भाई
table.
परसों एडिट रेडी है बंदे
Yeah,
पे
if it weren't for these hard copy documents, I could have at least made something up. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just out here trying to hit my interview quotas. Bring out the kvass. Ever read it? Beth?
If I remember correctly, you guys don't even have a sales permit. You have to sell from stall.
Okay then. Best-selling street stall newspaper in town.
Order! We will now
बहुत
open
लंबा
the
फेंक रहे
floor
हैं
to
कांच
the
में
representatives. If there are no further substantive issues to
राइट
discuss,
जैवरेज
we will then proceed to a vote on this motion.
हाँ जिनको
Snezhnaya
फेंकना
has a
था वो
long tradition of
ओके
treating members
चैनल
of
की
the
तरह
Fatui armed forces and their dependents
कोई
favorably.
स्पॉइलर नहीं अर्जुन
But recent
पिटाई हो जाएगी
surveys
तुम्हारी
shows that Fatui families in remote areas have access to 15% less crystal than the average civilian family in Snezhnograd. It's been said many times before, but it bears repeating now. There needs to be a clear and consistent rationale behind how crystal is allocated, or we will soon face immense public backlash.
Perhaps you wouldn't need to keep repeating yourself if you would hear me out for once. I say again, true consistency exists only in principle. In the real world, fairness is relative. You appear to treat resource allocation as a simple function of production and population.
कैलकुलेटर
So what about when the equipment used
What do I
in production
calculator का ना
breaks
कहना क्या
down?
चाहती हो
Have you factored that into your equation? And do you even know how long it's been since Snezhnaya last conducted a census?
नहीं देता सर मुझे
If I
करने
knew
तो
the answers to questions like
कर देगा
that,
मेरे से
I'm sure I'd be a very wealthy man. And I doubt I'd be going by child. I'd like to bring the focus back to the specific issue I raised. Or do you wish to deny that favorable treatment for Fatui dependents is our long-standing policy?
It's easy to be a critic when there's no accountability. That seems to be a running theme in the anti-Project Stuja cohort. Defeat the ringleader and all other problems will magically resolve themselves. That's what they seem to think. But in case you aren't aware, not one jot in my report would change whether Project Stuja continues or not.
So you have no intention whatsoever of finding a
म्याओ
solution
म्याओ
to this
म्याओ
problem?
म्याओ
On the
एक कांच कह रहा है वो
contrary,
कैलकुलेटर
I'm the
से
only one
स्ट्रीम
here who ever brings
देख रहा है
solutions.
तुम्हारी अरे
Child opened by speaking up for the armed forces.
I have
Regulator
wrote 8
struck
people
back with
name in my
style and a
diary.
war of words
8
ensued.
लोगों का नाम कौन से 8 लोग
Our reporter was live on the scene to get the audience's reaction as it all unfolded. Who do you support? The people have spoken. Child received raucous applause from the crowd as he pushed Regrator onto his back foot with a
our
relentless
server.
barrage of questions.
किसके
It
server से
had
है?
to be seen to be believed.
Now you see why they don't
Death
have
Note में
a
नाम
sales
लिख
permit.
रहे होगे कांच.
However
नहीं, वो
this
Death Note में
reporter
लिखेगा.
wants to spin things, I haven't forgotten that Tartaglia was representing the Northland Bank when we first met in Liyue. So, surely their relationship can't always have been this strained.
You two are getting off topic. Let's focus on what the data is saying.
Mr. Pantalone, may I speak on your behalf?
Oh, please do. I'm more than happy to save my breath.
Crystal
How the
distribution
hell are you
policy
watching stream
undergoes
from calculator?
modifications
Yes.
with each new period. The ultimate goal being to find the
Wanna
most
know, Kanak?
reasonable method of
मेरे को
allocation,
भी जानना है यार नाम.
which I believe is what Mr.
हिंदी बोल रहे
Tartaglia
हिंदी
also
भूल गया
seeks.
सब यहाँ.
But I fear
वही
many may have
तो.
been misled on this topic by extremist
सब लोग
activists.
अपना आज
To
इंग्लिश निकाल रहे
clarify,
हैं अंदर से.
Project Stuja is not the root cause of the problem. It is merely a framework for resource distribution. The most recent reports all point to Snezhnaya's resilience and adaptability during this period of fine-tuning, and give clear indications that a distribution framework is improving with each iteration. To make drastic adjustments without first considering the risks would likely do more harm than good. It would be a waste of the hard-won experience we've gained to date.
Renowned scholar of finance, Arapov spoke up to clarify the fiscal logic, clearly alluding to social organizations like the Rokot in his words. With the notorious Lelek still active to this day,
सब लोग स्टोरी
should
पे
the Rokot
ध्यान
be
दो.
held
Yes, yes.
responsible? No.
She's
Diplomatic
just
stuff चल रहा है
rephrasing
इधर
what
यहाँ
Mr.
पे.
Pantalone said. The Rokot are the critics he accuses of taking no responsibility for their actions. As for Lilac, you won't have heard of him yet. He's currently the most famous member of the Rokot. Well, more like infamous. Ending Project Stuja has become an obsession for him. Unlike
Here
the
we
more
go.
decent ones among
Then
us,
first
he
Ashura,
believes
second
that
Murder, third
votes
guy,
in the
तो fourth
Vetcha
XC,
are
5
all that
VC,
matter.
third X Kanak,
So whether
seven
it's
Doraemon fan,
threats,
अरे वो तो
coercion,
मैं
or
seven
bribery,
Burkilo,
he'll
अरे
use
वो मैं
whatever means
8 अर्जुन
necessary to
भाई.
get people to change their
हट
vote.
अविनाश और अरे क्यों ये जोक करने वाले को यहाँ कौन लाया सीरियस मीटिंग में भगाओ.
And since we're already on the subject, what do you think of Lelek's methods? Are you for or against? Yes, don't we all? Lelek's supporters grow in number by the day. We stand with Lelek.
Oh.
At least someone here wants to take this discussion seriously. I've been considering that issue myself. What you really need is more precise regional data, right?
यार चाइल्ड बढ़िया
I
लगता
think
है
it
यार.
would be easiest to let the Fatui handle it, since they're already in charge of Crystal shipments anyway. We may as well get them to collect some data while they're at it. Whatever you need, you can ask the Fatui to look into it for you. In terms of supervision, I think the Druzhna would be a good fit. I had hoped to
क्या लिख रहे हो
discuss this with
जापानीज
Miss
में कनक?
Vesna, but sadly, she's not
अब सब
present.
मारेंगे.
I will be happy to take a note
इसमें
of your
Death
suggestions
Note में
and present
नाम
them to
लिखा है.
Commander Vesna for a
सब
decision
मरेंगे.
upon her
ये
return.
जापानीज में क्या?
The
वही तो.
Commander has
ओ
always taken a
एकांश.
keen interest
क्या
in
लिखा?
Project Stuja. However, given the Druzhna's demanding workload, I'm afraid it may prove difficult for them to provide any practical support.
Let us refrain from jumping to conclusions until a concrete and actionable plan is in place.
My apologies, Lord Rooster.
There are numerous issues to address here, including manpower, time sensitivity, and reporting lines. Nevertheless, I support drafting a proposal. Follow the usual procedure, and it can be raised as a new motion for all parties to evaluate at the appropriate time.
In that case, I'd like to share one thought before the proposal is drafted. The issue of time sensitivity was raised just now, which I presume relates to the official reports. In fact, the Energy Commission already collects regular statistics on each urban center and its surrounding area. Would these be of any use?
That's a good idea. I read every issue of
Try to maintain yourself
Sviatlova
so
report,
people won't
and
get
although my
offended.
focus is mostly on the section about equipment operation,
Bye bye हिंदी
the
वालों का
energy
काम
consumption
नहीं है
statistics
इन
also
अंग्रेजों के
yield a
बीच में.
lot
अरे
of
मत जाओ यार.
Be
मैंने
that
कहा I am
as it
gonna
may,
get Japanese.
does
Oh.
no one see an issue with using local data to determine crystal quotas? In the long term, it seems like a very risky solution.
Not if they are used purely for reference. So long as we have the report from the Northland Bank's headquarters to corroborate it, no one will be able to fool me.
Very well then. It appears that this arrangement is acceptable to all parties.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
The members reached a provisional consensus on the issue of improving treatment for Fatui soldiers.
बासी ले रही है बेचारी, देख लो काम करते वक्त। जापानीज से आता है मेरा गाना हिंदी में कब होगा कनक।
Today, the prima donna of the Korolievsky troupe attended a session of the Snezhnaya in the company of a most charming young lady. The question on all our minds is, what is the true nature of their relationship?
Your trash is someone
like that again, and I'm revoking your permission to interview the troupe.
डिस्कशन चल रहा है।
Now then, if there are no further contributions from those present, we shall proceed to the final vote.
Hey, check it out! What made him vote against?
The votes have been tallied. Those in favor of continuing Project Stuja total 61%, securing a clear majority.
That was too close. The margin has
Hello everybody, welcome क्या हालचाल कैसे हो? बहुत दिनों बाद।
I'll bet Lilac is behind this.
क्या ले हरी भाई?
I wonder how
Hello Harry
Pulchinella will
Potter.
respond this time.
Hello क्या? Like just people from 2026 would miss 2026 like we are missing 2060. Okay. ठीक नहीं हूँ क्यों, क्या हो गया हरी भाई?
Support at Bring Out the Kvass will finally pay off when we make our comeback. I can taste our victory already.
In accordance with the result of this vote, Project Stuja will remain in effect until the next Vecha period. Finally, may I remind us all, we debate only for the greater glory and solidarity of our nation. May the aurora shine ever on, and the tundra always. The session is concluded.
चलो भाई।
I have to say, I really wasn't expecting Chukhanov to vote against Project Stuja.
I'm missing the era of COVID before COVID. Okay. क्या हुआ हैरी पॉटर? क्यों क्या वो लगता है फिर से कोई काट के चली गई? Leave it. अरे बताओ हैरी भाई। मैं तो बढ़िया हूँ, आप बताओ क्या बात है हैरी भाई? शेयर करो। चलो अब बाय बाय करना, गुड नाइट।
Well, in principle, Snezhnaya's business and political elites ought to be the ones least likely to oppose it. As we heard, Project Stuja is basically just a resource distribution framework that requires everyone to cut back during the winter. But even if the policy got cancelled, Tsaritsa's energy needs wouldn't suddenly go down. The extra demand from the public would have to be filled from somewhere. So logically, the factories would have to take the hit. I got a letter from Mr. Mitya just before today's session. He said he's confirmed that there are issues around overtime and excessive energy consumption at the Iskra manufacturing plant. In a situation like this, once the Rooster receives the report, he'll order the factory to halt production and submit to an investigation before issuing a penalty. But that's a week-long process, and thus didn't make it onto the Vecha agenda this time. I don't think he suspects anything so far. Exactly. And as you know, he's a very selfish person. I was originally gonna try and flip him after he received notice of the official sanctions. My plan was to convince him that the whole thing was completely unfair.
जाना
Rather
पड़ेगा
than just sit back
सैयद
and
कल
take the
स्कूल
hit
है
while his factory stopped production, he'd
90%
be
नेट
better off
खत्म
voting to end Project
ये
Stuja.
नाइट बॉट इतने प्यार से
At
क्यों
least
बोलने
that way,
लगा अरे इतने
no
प्यार
one
से ही
else would
बोलता
be
है
able
नाइट
to
बॉट
make any money either.
नाइट बॉट प्यार
Because
से ही
all the
बोलता है
factories would suddenly have more limited energy to work, but now he's already voted against it. Which means someone must have used more forceful means to change his vote. Just like with everyone else who flipped. Yeah. No one knows why Lilac is so obsessed with ending Project
सैयद कल
Stuja.
स्कूल
By
है
the looks of it, he's
क्या
inching closer and closer to success.
कल आऊंगी मैं
Lilac
ओके
must have strong
जा
motivations,
भागो एडिट
given
करो
how he'll
डोरेमोन
stop
पे
at nothing to achieve his goal. Maybe he knows the full. Maybe my next step should be to focus on him.
All right. What are your plans for the rest of the day? Shall we head?
Hey, comrade. I noticed you were here during the debate.
Yeah.
I didn't take you for a political enthusiast.
Greetings, Harbingers. I just happened to have some free time today, and my new friend here thought it might be fun to check out the Vetcha.
Ah, Odette must have introduced you. Looks like you two are getting along pretty well.
I'll leave you to catch up. I should head back to the troop.
Sure. Break a leg and all
इसका
that.
दिमाग आने आना मेरा
Thought it
दिमाग कोई
might
नहीं
be
खा
fun to
सकता
check out the Vetcha.
Yeah.
Did you? Things are never that simple with you, traveler. There's no way you're here for kicks and giggles. Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, yeah. To some, he's a captivating enigma. To others, he's the bane of their existence. No one ever thought that some anonymous nobody from the Rokot could cause such a stir. Huh? You want to look into Lelik? Then I'm sure his days of anonymity are numbered. What do you think, Sandrone?
Fine by me, I guess. If the traveler actually manages to expose Lelik, it'll be doing Pulcinella a favor. In return, it seems fair to let her in on what we've learned so far.
My thoughts exactly. Sharing is caring, after all. Head back to Glupov and grab the files on Lelik. It's easier to just pull the records than go through the rigmarole of getting the traveler a visitor's permit.
As you command, child, sir.
In that case, since we're going to be waiting anyway, I'll have someone brew a pot of black tea.
Xavier क्या चले गए क्या हाँ Xavier शायद चला गया है
One common thread among the many incidents Lelik has been involved in is that the victims are all too scared to share any real information about him. Clearly, he must have threatened them in some way. His modus operandi is to silently infiltrate the scene and leave a threatening letter behind. But neither the letters nor the crime scenes ever yield any clues to his identity. So all these files have to offer are short statements by the people affected. They don't give us a lot to go on.
If nothing else, it shows we're dealing with a trained professional who's versed in counter surveillance.
Yes, and to that point, he often strikes in highly secure locations. The victims are high-ranking and influential people who take their personal security very seriously. Somehow, Lelik slips right into their rooms without making a sound. There's never any eyewitnesses. If he can get in and out undetected, it means he can strike without warning. Not that that's ever happened so far. But the thought, it's hard to believe that a human being could pull this off flawlessly every time. So they switched the focus of the investigation to Faye. Unfortunately, no one's found anything yet. Careful. Don't underestimate me. Although truth be told, I'd probably find it hard not to blow my cover.
We haven't ruled out the possibility of Lelik being human. It's just, there can only be a handful of people in all of Teyvat who'd fit the profile. Faye...
No, not as strong as me. You'll never find the culprit with criteria like that. Let's go with a little weaker than me.
You will let
Oh, you hit me right where it hurts. I'll admit, he's strong and meticulous. But can we at least limit this to candidates who have something to do with Snezhnaya?
She's just trying to find a reference point. Stop getting fixated on who's stronger than...
But that's the most important thing.
इसका नाम child
In my opinion,
क्या
anyway.
है हाँ इसका नाम child है इसका नाम तरतागलिया है और इसका normal बल्कि दूसरा नाम child है
Odette? Yeah, that seems about right. Her skills are solid, and she's always calm.
Except she's Fatui, so the likelihood of her working against us is pretty low. But yeah, much more accurate than your
No, wait a moment. Maybe we should...
What do you mean?
Her Fatui identity doesn't necessarily exonerate her. And when you think about it, the Rokot would be precisely what she needs.
Plus, she wouldn't need to be such a pro at covering her tracks. She'd already know where the Fatui will be and when. So she could choose the perfect... Oh, yikes. I was just thinking out loud. Why is this starting to sound like such a Still, what reason could Odette possibly have for trying to call off projects?
Arlecchino would be the best person to ask. She knows Odette best. Unfortunately, she isn't back. Rosaline used to open up to her in private about her struggles with Odette. As I'm sure you can imagine, Arlecchino is quite a lot better with children than
Thank you so much
Rosaline
for the heart,
was.
Sayed bhai.
She gave her some tips on how to handle the situation, and Rosaline managed to reach a settlement with Odette before leaving. Beyond that, I don't know the details about that side of things. But I do know that Odette, the reason being, her father passed away during the early stages of the project. That was back before it had been named Project Stuja, when things were still being worked out. But in essence, it's remained the same ever since.
Huh. The more you know. Rosaline was always so self-centered. I never understood why she started paying so much attention to Odette. Is that such a surprise? If you cast your mind back, you may remember that Rosaline...
Odette's past is no secret. Her father was a fatus and her mother was a very famous ballerina. On the surface, it looks like she followed right in her parents' footsteps. But the truth is quite a different story. After her father passed away on a mission, her mother was overcome with grief. She broke her leg during a performance and could never dance again. Odette was only interested in ballet at the time, but this tragedy left the family with both breadwinners gone. They could barely make ends meet. Per Capitano's policy, family members of Fatui who died in the line of duty had to be appropriately accommodated and provided with adequate assistance. So, regardless of how Rosaline may have felt about it, it fell to her to resolve the issue of Odette's family's livelihood. In the end, the solution they agreed upon was to have Odette join the Fatui.
Right, because the alternative would have been a one-off compensation payment, I guess. In that sense, joining up was definitely the better option. Still, she must have had mixed feelings about it, right? If she does...
It's just a theory. A possibility. But at that said, I have no idea where Odette's head. Plenty of people were on bad terms with Rosaline. I have no intention of trying to figure it all out. Yes, but there's...
Yeah, back to Lelik. Since our investigations so far have turned up next to nothing, funnily enough, Tonya and I had actually made plans to go to the theater tomorrow to watch Odette's rehearsal. Which means you can go in my place. No point wasting the ticket. Plus, you'll get to meet Tonya.
Spirit Seeker. Quite the classic ballet. It was passed down through Odette's mother's family for generations. But Odette's been practicing it diligently, and it's finally ready for a return to the stage.
Tonya's excited for it too. She's desperate to see it no matter what. Personally, it's not really my kind of thing, but since she's my little sister, I had to figure something.
I've actually seen it several times before. The story's pretty straightforward. The lead character follows a trail of clues left behind by It's a tale of love and regret. But when that classic melody kicks in, and the lead character begins to dance, not an easy dance to do justice to, though. I know it's always been Odette's dream to perform this.
In that case, I think that even if she is Lelik, we should wait until her performance is over. I'll let you take it from here.
एग्जिट करते हैं स्टेट हॉल को
Sounds like you made a ton of progress today. It's good that everything's going so smoothly. Next step is to head back to the theater and get a clear answer from Odette. Either way, Paimon doesn't get the sense that she's a bad person. Sure, she might have done some pretty extreme things, but Paimon bet she has her reasons. Maybe this is going too far, but like, with everything she's managed to do so far, wouldn't it make more sense in theory to be even more, you know, why leave a letter when she could, well, we know there are plenty of other ways to keep people in line, right? The point is, so, if it is her, she's got some principle, yeah! Well, all you can do is follow the facts wherever they... No change, really. But that thing Paimon told you about yesterday? Paimon feels like she can sense it more clearly now. Hearing you talk about your day makes Paimon itch for an adventure. If only she could be there with you so we...
Yeah, I wish you could be there too. I'm not used to adventuring alone. But don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this.
Guess it's just one of those things.
If Odette is Lelek, she may well have inside information on Project Stuja. Her father was involved with the project's early implementation and tragically died in the process. Now, she's dedicated herself to bringing it to an end. It's hard to imagine she could have gotten this far without knowing anything at all about the Tsaritsa's true intentions. When she spoke to us as a member of the Fatui, how much did she let on? Only time will tell.
Hey look! It's snowing! Could be a tough day ahead.
ओके सो एक्ट 1 हमारा कंप्लीट हो गया.
All right.
If there's anything you need, please let me know.
Rev the engines!
ये हम लोग डोमेन के अंदर आ गए. Got it, got it. Thank you. तत्काल के लिए हम लगा लेते हैं. भाई ऐसा सिनेमैटिक सा क्यों हो गया भाई?
It sure is cold today. I wonder how much heavier the snow's gonna get. Here to see Odette? I just need to see your tickets for the preview. Perfect. Thank you. I'll hold on to your tickets. Come on in. It's freezing outside.
Yeah. चलो भाई अंदर. Let's go. I think so. कुछ तो लफड़ा होने वाला है. फीलिंग आ रही है अंदर से.
I think I'll leave leave the Lelek question until after the show's over. Child said he was originally going to come with Tonya. So I'm guessing Tonya's already here somewhere. Is there anyone here who looks like a Tonya? Let's see. It's a small audience. Makes sense for a preview. But wait,
You know, once upon
I
a
do
time,
see some familiar
Lex Luthor,
faces.
Lex Luthor, okay, वो Superman का villain.
Mr. Chuganov's back
Somehow
again by
to
the looks of
flesh
it.
his body and so.
Oh, and is that
But
Mitya?
then he said, "I'll know."
And
Flash
that Fatui
really-
officer, Valeri. Guess he must be playing cat and
don't
mouse
know
with Mitya again.
other- I don't know who the hell this is.
Oh no. It looks like the show's starting, and I still haven't found Tonya.
ऐसा हुआ था क्या? मैंने तो ऐसा कभी नहीं सुना कि लेक्स लूथर कभी उसके अंदर चला गया. Okay. लाइट चला गया. लाइट गया नहीं है, उसे चमकाया गया है ऐसे. मेरे को लगा लाइट चला गया. तालियां तालियां तालियां.
Hello, members of the audience. I'm a staff member here at the theater. Today's performance was a very special one for us, as it marks the first attempt in a long time to revive the classic Snezhnayan ballet, Spirit Seeker. To commemorate this occasion, we would love to take a group photo of the cast, crew, and audience members present today. Could I kindly ask the audience to please come up onto the...
Okay. Audience भी stage पे आ रही है
All
photo
right,
photo.
everyone, huddle in a little more. Now, look at the camera.
Traveler कहाँ है?
1, 2, 3.
Okay, traveler है.
Are you quite satisfied, Mr. Energy Scientist? I rather hope you don't have any other escape plans to add to my workload today.
What are you talking about, Sarge? This was simply my way of inviting you to watch Miss Odette's new show with me. And wasn't the performance spectacular? In the future, I heartily encourage you to take a leaf out of my book. Find some soul-nourishing pastimes to enrich your time outside of...
It was indeed a fine performance, but I must correct you on one point. This is not time outside of work. These are working hours.
Working hours and non-working hours are just a social construct. Human technology can never advance if we're too rigid in our
May we leave now?
Already? I mean, I was kinda hoping to soak up the atmosphere for a little longer, but... No? Okay, guess I'm pushing my luck. Off we go then, Sarge. Back to the land.
That has to be her. She's the excuse
तगली
me?
की बहन एकदम
Are you
बाल
Tonya?
बाल and आंखों का same color है.
Your brother's busy today, so I took his ticket. Don't worry about him. He's fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry for the trouble.
कितनी प्यारी बहन है.
What's wrong? Are you... Maybe she caught a cold on the way here because of the weather?
Okay, दरवाजा खुल
I
गया.
haven't seen snow like this in a long, long time.
I know. It's completely white out there. You can barely see a thing.
Let's wait it out for now. You'd be lucky not to freeze to death in this weather, let alone find your way.
Well, look at that. Maybe we shouldn't be in such a rush to get back.
Let's wait and...
Why do you need to take it so seriously? Fate has given us this wonderful chance to take a break.
Come to think of it, there's a small inn not far from here that always keeps plenty of extra blankets on hand for... I know the route well. Shall I head over and borrow a few blankets? That way, anyone in a hurry can wrap up warm for the journey back. Just...
Sir, there's really no need to go to all that trouble.
Hey, it's no trouble at all. Wait here, I'll be right back.
ये खत्म होने वाला है.
What a kind gentleman. Very good. My wife and daughter are waiting for me at home, so I shall be heading back as soon as I get my blanket.
So... Are you expecting us to go back to the Armory Palace wrapped in blankets too?
Don't worry about that. I made arrangements in advance. Should I not return to the Armory Palace within 3.5 hours after Operation Showtime begins, an armed squad will be sent to collect us. They will escort us back. You are one of our key military personnel, so any weather-related risks must be eliminated.
Operation Showtime? So, wait. Every single time you drag me back to work when I sneak out, it's a whole official I gotta say, you've really turned this into quite a moral dilemma for me.
It's snowing pretty hard out there. I think you should stay here for now. You seem a little under the weather.
Sure. My brother might come pick me up in a bit anyway.
Time to get to work. I should head backstage and find Odette. I need to look her in the eye and ask her about Lelek.
Excuse me, are you looking for someone? Ah, a fan, I'm guessing? Today is just a dress rehearsal, so Miss Odette won't be meeting with fans. She's taking a well-earned rest right now. Sorry, but that area is currently off limits to everyone except the cast and crew.
Huh. Bad timing, I guess. Well, I might as well stick around. I doubt Odette will be leaving.
Odette के पास जा नहीं पाएगी तो क्या होगा?
What happened to the gentleman who went to fetch the blankets?
I was thinking the same thing. It's still snowing very hard.
Whatever the reason for his
तो वो
delay,
बंदा बाहर
I
निपट
must
गया.
say
मैं
I
पहले ही
hate
बोला था.
nothing more than people who make... well, I have to treat my employees like that on occasion, but that...
बाहर निपट चुका है वो. कोई फायदा नहीं.
You seem anxious, Mr. Valeri.
It's been nearly 4 hours since I left the armory. The army should have arrived to extract us by now. They know how much I despise tardiness and disrupted plans. There's simply no reason that they shouldn't have shown up by now, barring exceptional circumstances.
Surely a snowstorm like this one counts as such.
Few things in this world can stop the Snezhnayan army, Mr. Mitya. And a snowstorm is certainly not one of them.
Why don't you go out and take a look? They might be right outside, waiting for your orders before they dare come in.
An absurd hypothesis. I have no intention of leaving your side for even a moment until I have escorted you back to the armor.
This doesn't look like an ordinary snowstorm to me. That guy who left earlier. It looked like he just vanished into thin air. Either that, or my eyes were playing tricks on me.
A man-eating snowstorm? Come on. Night hasn't even fallen yet. Spare us the ghost stories.
बंदा को लपेट लिया है स्नो ने. मैं पहले ही बता रहा हूँ.
Traveler, didn't know you were coming today. How come you didn't say anything? Oh, right. I assumed you were looking for me in Vodenitsa.
जा रहे हो?
Odette's still backstage.
जा रहे हो?
Whoa.
उसी ना आ
That's
जाओ.
quite a snowstorm out there. I've been working backstage this whole time, so I didn't even notice. No wonder the audience hasn't left yet.
Huh. Is weather like this rare even in Snezhnaya?
Yeah, snow like this. I'm sure I've seen it out in the wild
Kaisen नहीं
before,
चलेगा,
but
Radium Kaisen
never in the
नहीं है.
city. Actually, I take that back. I don't think I've seen snow this bad even in the wild.
If even Alosha thinks snow like this isn't normal, could it have...
We can't stay cooped up here forever. Someone needs to go out and take a look. No need. I have plenty of experience with snowstorms.
के हालचाल कैसे हो? मैं तुम्हारे मांगा का कवर पेज देखा पसंद आया
Careful
मेरे
not to
को.
let the snow soak into your shoes.
Heading out, my man? Be careful. I've been told the snowstorm...
Thanks for the advice. I am planning to be careful. I just want to take a quick look at the situation out there.
ओके टोपी भी पहन ले इसने.
He's back! He's back! How was it?
Did you see any soldiers patrolling?
Something about this storm isn't right. There's no one out there. I didn't see a single soul. This isn't your average snowstorm. I suspect it might be related to recent events in our nation. I strongly advise
That's good. What do you?
everyone to
I'm
stay
doing
here
great,
until the
man.
snow
Doing
dies
great.
down.
Are you serious?
Okay,
So
Monday से
all
होगा
of us
बात.
are trapped here
Okay,
now.
okay, okay.
That sounds a little far-fetched to me.
कितने chapters हैं
Outside
कहे तो?
and see? I, for one, am not risking my neck in that weather.
This just turned from a minor delay into a major hassle.
We can only hope that our friend who went to fetch the blankets
Ashura
just
react
ditched us and went home.
to the manga. Okay,
Is
yeah,
it
of
really
course,
that
of
bad?
course, of course.
But my daughter, I won't be able to read her a bedtime story tonight.
Huh? What are you all still doing here? Whoa! It's snowing. So now we're stuck here? Oh, this on the bright side. The theater's always well stocked with supplies. If the snow still doesn't let up as we get into the eve, at least, I
तेरे
assume
सब लोग
that's
यहीं पर
alright?
फंस गए हैं.
Odette? Fine by
तो क्या
me.
पूछ रहे हो? Chapter लिखा
This
और बना दो.
seems like a
कितने chapters हैं?
sensible backup
कितने
plan
chapters
under the
हैं?
circumstances.
What are you staring outside and praying for, my man? You anxious to get
अच्छा
home
लगा
too?
तुम consider हो रहे हो वो Dad's God.
Oh, your
Thank you
majesty
so
the
much, Santo.
Tsaritsa, I beg you, please do not let tonight. This is a golden opportunity to spend the night
वापस से
under the
proper
same roof
considerate हो गया
as
मैं.
the two top stars in all of Snezhnaya.
I think I've changed my mind. Sir, if you so much as look at us funny, you'll be seeing stars in a whole other way. Behave yourself, or you'll be begging for
और
that
then साला for
blizzard.
a reason. Okay.
It's getting colder. We need to close the door and lock it tight.
अब जाके Act 2 स्टार्ट हुआ. तब से Act 2 का प्रीव्यू नहीं चल रहा था क्या? ये सब फोटो में मिल गया एक. क्या चल रहा है? ये हमें 6 लोगों से बात करना है.
And then there's the
Starting slow है
aristocrats.
later on after some
Easiest of all
volume
to deal
chapter
with.
will. Okay, okay, okay.
Because nothing. Oh, look at that.
And I am Chuganov. And
Are you really that famous?
excuse me.
Oh.
How are you feeling, Tonya?
I'm fine. Sorry to worry you.
Should I choose
Used to it by
one
this point.
having a GF younger
take
than you or
medicine
older
for
than
it.
you?
Child must take great care of his sister.
बस दिमाग होना चाहिए. दोनों
He's never,
चलेगी मेरे को.
know, stuck in a strange place thanks to us. Exactly.
Doesn't matter.
Look after.
My husband. That's the price of hello.
I should choose one having a GF younger
I
than
don't
you.
think it's
अच्छा, ये तो
ever
पढ़
been this
लिया.
lively backstage before. Hey, have you seen Chuganov? I heard he was coming today.
I'm with you. This could be just
Yeah,
for the Rokad or just that.
there are other people around.
This is highly irregular. A delay of over an hour.
Sarge, the day you learn to let go and just enjoy moments like this is
जो
the day
depending
you'll
on
finally understand the
her
meaning of
nature,
life.
how much she matches. Yeah, of
Why,
course.
hello,
यही
man.
यही मैं भी कहना
I
चाह रहा
believe you were the
दिमाग,
once
nature,
any friend
सब
of the
कुछ.
theater star performer?
Greetings. Major Valeri, head of the Special Assignments Battalion. Armory Palace Royal Grenadier Guards, 1st Regiment. I am here to ensure Mr. Mitia's personal safety. Please let me...
Miss Traveler, I cannot help but notice that Miss Odette is stealing glances at me. Any idea what that could be about? I've racked my brains, but I can't think of
Okay, इसका
anything.
ध्यान इधर ही है, Odette का
Mr.
ध्यान इधर ही
Mitya,
है.
is your work
Prince की तो
related to
शादी हो
Project
गई
Suja?
भाई, अरे.
Yes, that's right. The higher-ups in the Fatui transferred me from the Energy Commission to the Armory Palace because they wanted me...
फिर से मुंह बंद कर दिया.
Really? I can't even talk about that? Pretty sure it counts as part of my private... All right, I won't say anything.
अंगूठा
Sorry,
दिखा रहा
traveler.
है इसका नजर इधर ही है
I have to say,
Oh, I couldn't. Do you think we were coming on too?
What about you? What did you think of today's performance? Really? That means it wasn't captivating enough to draw you in. I'll work harder to win you over next. I'll make sure to save a ticket for you when the show...
This doesn't seem like the time or place to bring up the subject of Lilac. I need a chance to...
So unfair. Talk about double standards.
And now it looks like I've been spotted. You know Mitya too?
No, I don't. I just have a feeling that he might be dangerous.
हाँ dangerous बोल दिया इसको
How's it looking, Alosha?
No change from this afternoon. Heavy snow with no sign of slowing down.
May I have your attention, please? The storm is unlikely to stop tonight, and it'll be even more dangerous outside at night than it was. We at the theater owe everyone here a duty of care. Therefore, we strongly suggest that you stay on site overnight and avoid going outside unless absolutely necessary. In a few short moments, we'll give you a tour of the theater's various quarters. You can choose to sleep in the VIP room, the office, or backstage. Or on the stage if you'd prefer.
I'll pass on sleeping on the stage. What if the snow is stopped by tomorrow morning?
A drama about sleeping? That could be fun.
Not bad. Clear self.
Anyone who doesn't wish to sleep on the stage, please follow me.
ओके तो कमरे दिखाए जाएंगे तो ये लगे यहीं पर अटक गए बेचारे
I guess I'll call it a night. Though I feel like I won't sleep very well. I'm sure she'll be worried that I haven't made it back yet. But as long as she looks out the window, she'll probably realize what's holding. I wonder if she's feeling any better yet. At least she hasn't been getting any worse.
बेचारी पाए मुटका बना सोच ये क्या हो रहा है
Ah, finally. Welcome back to the world of the living, lazy bones. I was about to wake you. The black mist is almost on us. Still waking up, huh? You know, the black mist. It's been chasing us from below ever since we were born. Come on, let's keep heading up.
Here we go again.
What's going on? That black mist...
The black mist cultists believe that being swallowed by the black mist leads to everlasting peace. But if you ask me, they're just lying to themselves. We're the only heretics left. The only ones who refuse to give in. We have to keep going.
But how do you actually know that they're wrong?
Dangerous question there, Torgov. The moment your faith wavers, you start a chain reaction that ends in the collapse of your will. Put the question out of your mind. Stay strong and believe that the black mist means certain death.
Okay, but it's not my mind, that's the...
I can't do this anymore.
All this will pass eventually, I promise.
You accuse the Black Mist cultists of being liars. But you're lying too. There is no end to this path. It keeps going.
The cult of the Black Mist has poisoned your mind, Sobolova.
I am. I think I'll take my...
As much as I detest...
Then I bid you both farewell. Let me put my personal opinions aside for a moment and say... fate always appears so impossibly complicated. Their fate was sealed from the instant they entertained doubt. Torgov and Sobolova are gone. I never thought the day would come when even they would be swallowed by the black mist. It's just you and me. Yes, it looks like this happens from time to time. Well, we should make the most of the precious moments of rest that the... Huh?
ये क्या सपना देख रही क्योंकि अभी तो सो रही थी ना
What is it, Chuganov?
Is it morning already? Sounds like it's coming from next door. I should...
सपना था क्या
Don't look, Miss Tonya. Okay.
What happened to them?
Okay. ओ ये दोनों तो सपने में थे.
These two people have passed away. And the strange thing is that somehow I knew this was going to happen. Have I seen this moment before? Or did...
Let me take a look.
उस सपने में जो हुआ उससे वो है. मेरे को लग रहा है ये बंदा जो है ना ये imposter है, ये कुछ कर
No
रहा है.
vital signs in either of them. The cause of death, however, remains unclear. No wounds on the bodies. No signs of a struggle. And no...
But just last night, they were chatting and joking away.
Could they have had pre-existing medical conditions? Even then, the odds of them both dying of sudden complications on the same...
It's hard to believe that they died of natural causes. Nor does this appear to be a suicide. Who was the first to discover the bodies?
It was me. But these deaths have nothing to do with me, officer. I got up early because I wanted to see if the snow had stopped. Then I noticed that the door to this room was open, and it looked like there was a man and woman inside. I just went over to see what was going on.
I can corroborate this. I was doing my morning exercises near the stage. When I saw Mr. Tuganov heading this way, I followed him. I can also confirm that I didn't see a single person approach that room before him. The snowstorm was raging all night, and it's still going now. There's no way someone could have come in from outside, correct?
You mean an intruder? No, not possible. I slept by the door last night as a precaution. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed if anyone had tried to open it.
Everyone, split into pairs and search the theater for anyone in hiding, or any signs of suspicious activity. I'll follow up with a full search of my own shortly. Go, there is no time to waste.
I'm back.
Nothing on your end? Backstage is clear. No signs of suspicious activity.
We checked the basement. Also clear. I don't think there's anywhere here that a living person could hide.
Are we certain that the theater doesn't have a back door? Or any tunnel or passageway wide enough for a person to fit through?
No, there's nothing like that. If people were sneaking in through some secret tunnel to avoid buying a ticket, we'd have sealed it off ages ago. I also checked the windows. All of them are locked from the inside, and there's no sign of anyone entering or leaving.
It sounds like we can safely rule out the intruder theory. If anyone came in during the night in this weather, there'd be no way for them to avoid leaving footprints or water stains.
This can only mean one thing. It's like one of those murder mysteries you see in novels and plays, isn't it? The ones
we can't quite jump to that conclusion just yet.
Could he be right? It's hard to imagine something like that happening in real life. Set in a theater during a snowstorm, a murder takes place and the killer is among us. It's such a classic trope that it seems unbelievable.
Looking at who the killer targeted and the clean entry and exit, it all adds up. I know what this is. It's obvious now that I think about it.
What is? What have you figured out?
Both victims were wealthy, well-known local merchants. And the door was deliberately left open so I would discover the bodies and witness the crime scene first thing in the morning. Such ruthless methods. This was your doing, wasn't it, Lelik?
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 You mean Lelik is among us? And he's the killer?
Lelik. I know this code name. Member of the Rokot, anti-Project Stuzha. Always works alone. I've read the case files at the Armory Palace. Walk me through your reasoning, Mr. Chuganov. What do you know about Lelik?
Okay.
What now, huh? What now, Lelik? What more do you want from me? I already voted against Project Stuzha at the Snezhnaya. You snuck into my house the other day while I was asleep. Left a threatening letter. And I did all that you asked. But Project Stuzha cannot be so easily shaken. Not with the rooster in charge.
So he really was threatened by Lelik. That makes sense.
And now you're resorting to murder to threaten me. Isn't that right? I knew it. The Rokot despises the rich. The lives of the wealthy are but refuse in your eyes. Show yourself! Which one of you is Lilac, Tell me! I'll do whatever...
Was this really Lelek's doing? Would Odette really do something like if Odette really is Lelek? This seems out of character. I'm probably the only one here with a compelling theory about Lelek's true identity. But if I reveal it now, what should I do?
I don't think it's likely that Lelek killed anyone. At least from the stories I've heard. He's never killed anyone before. And his name has never come up in connection with... Besides, even if Lelek did want to threaten you, why resort to such an extreme and roundabout method? It's...
Vodianitsa doesn't know that Lelek might be Odette. But her assessment is pretty much...
Miss Vodianitsa, why do you suddenly feel the need to speak in Lelek's
defense? Oh, no, it's just... I'm worried that we're jumping to conclusions here, so I wanted to share my point of view. Also, I don't think the Rokot is as bad as you're making it out to be.
Well, if you think I'm so wrong, what's your theory then, Why don't you tell us who the killer...
The case is still evolving, Mr. Chuganov. Please do not prevent others from expressing their opinions so early on.
Even so, there's no denying that the recent threat received by Mr. Chuganov may well be an important...
So there's still a good chance that Lelek is... I can't do this anymore. I don't care if it's still snowing outside. I have to get out of here.
Whoa, take a beat. We all know it's far too dangerous out there. Even the soldiers couldn't get to us. Go out that door, and you might not live to tell the tale. And whoever this Lelek is, they're surely not going to murder anyone in broad daylight. Be sensible, my man.
As much as I regret having to say this, I'd like everyone to cooperate and refrain from exiting the premises until further, because as things stand, every one of us is... Unless anyone has further information to share, let's adjourn for now. Feel free to keep searching for clues, but make sure...
My bad. It was a knee-jerk reaction. I didn't think it through. Luckily, no one suspected my identity. Oh, phew. It's just you. I thought someone was eavesdropping.
Since Vodianitsa and I were on the same page earlier, I think I should share my thoughts with the...
Whoa. Are you serious? I don't know if this counts as gossip, but it's definitely on track to be Odette? Really? Odette? Oh.
Actually, it's exactly what you'd expect. Sometimes, hiding in plain sight is the best strategy.
And now that you mention it, the more I think about it, the more sense it's... What are we up to now? 1, 2, 3... Odette's identities. She's my coworker. Specifically a ballerina, and also a Fatous, a member of the Rokot. Now, it must be so exhausting. I guess since I've always known her as a member of the Fatui, it never even crossed my mind that she could be involved with the Rokot. I don't understand. If she's with the Fatui, what reason could she have for being so...
Probably best if you ask her that in person.
Well, since you waited until now to bring this up instead of announcing it to everyone earlier... Does that mean we're all on the same page here? Yeah. Lelek may not follow orders from the Rokot leadership, but as far as I'm concerned, she's never crossed the line. If anything, we need to confront her face.
Do you think she'd really admit to being Lelek?
I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. For now, we'll work on the assumption that she didn't kill anyone, and see how... Now's her chance. Hey, Odette.
What is it you got?
Shh. Keep your voice down. So, you're Lelek. aren't you? Alright, fine. You don't have to say anything or explain yourself. Just none of us believes you kill innocent people. Whoever murdered those 2 people last night, it wasn't you. The Traveler was the first to figure out your identity, but she kept quiet during the discussion just still. It's clear where the group consensus is heading. Everyone believes Lelik is the culprit. If your identity is exposed, you'll be in a really bad... We're your colleagues, and we know what kind of person you are. I don't want anything bad, so... Can you clue us in? Tell us everything. The more we know, the more easily we'll be able to...
Alright. Yes, I'm Lelik. And no, I'm not the murderer. And thanks, but I don't need you to cover for me. Actually, I'm planning to reveal my identity.
Huh? You're gonna reveal...
That's right. I'll admit I was surprised at first when Shuganov guessed that I was here. It was just a lucky guess, but it caught me off guard. But after taking some time to assess the situation and confirm where everyone stands, I don't believe I have anything to worry about.
Are you sure you don't need a second opinion? What?!
So...
I don't know what game you're playing, but you've got a lot of nerve.
It's just one identity. So what if it's exposed? I can disappear and adopt a new identity anytime I please. I made my peace with this when I chose to become Lelik. But more importantly, I promise I am not the murderer. Which means that someone else is. So, if anyone still insists that I did this, you'd best produce the evidence. Otherwise, I suggest that you bite your tongue. Because if you really believe I killed 2 people without making a sound or leaving a trace, pointing fingers at me would surely only make you my...
Is this really the truth, Miss Odette?
That's confidence, all right. I believe you.
A real no-nonsense attitude. I can see why Marionette said that she's on track to inherit the title of the...
Are you seriously buying this? Hey, officer! She just admitted to being Lelik. Aren't you going to...
I do have one question, Miss Odette. Why have you chosen this moment to come forward and reveal...
If I didn't say anything, everyone would be focusing all their efforts on finding Lelik. And that is exactly what the real culprit wants. I don't want to be the scapegoat who lets the murderer get away with this crime.
Despite all the accusations, she made the smart choice. A remarkable display of rational thinking under pressure.
She thought so far ahead. Why do I always feel like I'm one step behind?
You've convinced me. Dealing with the murder case remains the top priority right now. Let's put the name Lelik and all related incidents aside. Nevertheless, the group still considers you the prime suspect. I assume you have no quarrel with that, Miss...
I understand. You're welcome to keep an eye on me around the clock. I have...
Mr. Chuganov?
For my wife and daughter's sake, I'll let you off the hook for now. But don't think you're forgiven for breaking into my house and threatening me. Just wait till we get out of here, Lelik.
Good work, Lelik guard team. And Lelik too. Here.
Turns out Valeri knew about my exploits, so now I've been told I have to guard Lelik with him. Shouldn't you be facing my way if you're guarding me? At the moment, it looks more like you're my bodyguards.
If the true culprit is indeed still at large, as you have claimed, we must keep our guard up against them also.
Don't worry, Tonya. We'll get through this. Once the snow stops, the officials will step in. The investigation will get But... You're gonna miss us, huh? Well, some of us work at the theater, so we'll still be here.
Really, Miss Vodyanitsa?
That's all. Aw, you're all right. Let's swear to it. I promise to give you the pass, and you promise to never change your mind about...
Promise. Don't indulge her, Tonya. You don't have to swear an oath over things like that.
You really do get carried away sometimes, don't you, Miss Vodianith?
Hey! Mind your own business!
Don't be nervous, Miss Water Imp. Everyone's here. There's not.
Excuse me? Do I look nervous?
Hmm? No, no, no.
Oh. Wait, but how... Okay, plenty of people know that I'm a water imp, but still... How come you understand our primary mode of expression?
Primary mode of expression. I've not come across that concept before.
Well, it's just... We water imps tend to communicate our emotions to each other by singing, rather than facial expression. The emotions we convey through song take precedence over our facial expressions. So...
I'm impressed, Shram. I didn't take you for a man of culture, but you're clearly rather learned.
The new character का नाम क्या है?
It's not about being
Bedouin
cultured or not. And yet, you're clearly human.
It's really not the big deal you're making it out to be. I think I just have a knack for it. Plus, anyway, we spent so much time together that before I knew it, I noticed I could understand her expressions.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Hey, what are you implying? You're...
Heavens! Why would I do a thing...
It's getting late. We should discuss our sleeping arrangements for...
I suggest that we don't sleep in separate quarters tonight. It will be sick.
As long as someone keeps an eye on Lelik, I'm quite sure we won't...
Are you saying that you wish to bet your life on Miss Odette being... Then I propose the following arrangement for tonight. The Traveler, Odette, and I will form the Night Watch. We'll sleep in shifts, but 2 of us must be awake at any given time.
An excellent idea. This allows us to handle the night watch while also keeping an eye on Lelik. Meanwhile, the rule of taking shifts in pairs resolves the other issue. Namely, I expect that plan took you quite some time to come up with.
Actually, our field combat manual outlines a similar approach. Although the scenario there involves guarding prisoners overnight during field operation. That being said, I must clarify that I harbor no disrespect towards you personally. In fact, Lelik's numerous covert operations make fine textbook examples.
I care less about respect and more about the fact that you just robbed me of 2/3 of my sleep. I'm calling dibs on being the first to rest.
It's almost time. We should wake Odette. How are you? Oh, not going to argue with that.
It's finally time for Odette and I to share the night watch. I came here to get information from her in the first place. Maybe I...
How long are you gonna keep staring at me? Couldn't sleep. Plus, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. I had a hunch that you wanted a conversation too. I just had a simple question. Rosaline, in her final moments, did she have any... I see. Well, that was all. I have no other questions.
Oh, पीछे सैंड्रोने का म्यूजिक बज रहा है, ध्यान से सुनो.
No. She was utterly ruthless in pursuing her goals. That kind of person should be hard to miss, and yet, even though I never approved of her methods, and she was an abrasive person, the fact remains that I am indebted to her. Oh, she told you. I guess that makes sense. I think she and Rosaline were on pretty good terms, yes. Rosaline wasn't the kind to gossip about this sort of thing. Not that it's any huge secret. When I was a child, I had to join the Fatui for the sake of my mother and me. I trained. It was extremely grueling. And it didn't exactly come naturally to me. I was a newcomer who'd managed to make a good first impression on a harbinger. There was pressure to live up to her expectations. To be worked every day was a struggle against the cold, pain, and fatigue. After enduring all that, I've become almost immune to the sensation of pain. Surely, any child who had to experience that would grow to hate her lot in life. So, I put an equal amount of effort into my ballet. Because in my young mind, that was it was my way of telling her
The Fatui's demands and your expectations of me are not what I think she probably blamed my poor performance in training on my passion for ballet. One time, when I was secretly practicing a dance at night, she suddenly showed up. I knew she was there I told her, "You don't deserve to watch the dance I learned from my mother." She looked stunned. But strangely enough, on that occasion, she wasn't fierce with me like she was during training. After that, she never interfered with my dancing or asked me how it was going. She was. But even now, whenever I take out this core Ignis, I can't help but think of that night. Of the look on her... sort of. Although gift might be too kind a term. This is her flame sealed within ice. A symbol of her favor, yes. But also, she knew the location of every piece of core Ignis. If any recipient started acting suspiciously, she'd be onto them immediately. So, when news of Rosaline's death reached Snezhnaya, many people immediately crushed their core Ignis. It gave them a profound sense of relief. But I kept mine. With my sensitivity to pain being as dull as it is, the warmth, I still wonder. Did she really come to stop me that night? I wasn't sure, but I was scared. So I said, I guess she didn't leave anything behind. Not that I expected her to. It's fine. It's just a bit of a shame that... She did. Are you sure she was talking about this event? No, she didn't. I didn't even find out that she'd gone to Mondstadt until a while after. Wait, in that case... Okay, I will. There's something I'm trying to figure out. I'm beginning to suspect that Paimon's mystery illness is being caused by the energy research behind Project Stuja. Paimon's very important to me, so I have to get to the bottom of this. I figured that since you're Lelek, you might know something about all this.
सब खाना खाने चले गए हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
The ultimate goal of this energy experiment is to create a weapon for the final battle. The weapon's construction was completed in Nodcry. Now, all that remains is to arm it with a sufficiently powerful energy. Yes, the weapon's development and all the related experiments are overseen by Lord Piero, the Jester. And the lab is located deep within the Armory Palace. I'm not sure why this experiment would be making Paimon feel unwell, though. The best way to get to the bottom of it would be to go there in person. Once we get out of here, I'll help you apply for an entry permit. And I'm hardly the organization's proudest member, as you know. You answered my question about Rosaline. I want to do you a favor in return. Huh? What's wrong?
You two seem to be hitting it off.
I thought you were sleeping.
Of course I was. In the
बेचारी खास
military,
इशारा
one
देने
learns
के
to
लिए
fall asleep quickly, even in the most inhospitable environment.
Even if he was awake, he can't have overheard us.
Well, thank you both for keeping watch. Traveler, I'll take over for now. It's your turn to get some...
Sure. This is our second night here, but at least I found out a little more about... I hope she's been sleeping well the past couple of days. Seriously? Is this payback for when I stared at her earlier? Never mind.
अगेन कुछ होने वाला है ये फिर सपने में
Hey, what are you spacing out for?
इस बार ये दोनों
Are you reaching your limit too?
How long have we been walking for?
चलो
Do you remember?
आपको डांस आता है नहीं मेरे को डांस नहीं आता
Time's lost all meaning. Ever since...
A star key? Or key star? Anyway, the person who...
Whatever it's called. Ever since we noticed it, but it seems like no matter how far...
Well, we've come this far. You never know.
फिर से हमें ऊपर भागना होगा। अरे ऊपर आ रही है तो।
Monsters! Watch out! Not again! I've lost count of how many times we run into them. Be careful.
Cryostorm!
Shut up! Run faster.
वो नीचे ही है। ये क्या है? ये ब्लैक मिस्ट है क्या ये?
Here they come again! Get ready!
Let's go!
What the? What the?
अब ये दोनों बनेंगे मेरे
Monsters
साथ।
ahead of us, the black mist behind us. Feels like there's no escape.
Fine. Shut up! Run faster.
Learned.
अशुरा मेरे फोन की बैटरी लो है तो बाय 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 सैयद भाई, गुड नाइट, टेक केयर।
No, I'm fine.
I get you. In fact, I reached my limit.
Yeah. The hope that the star gives us is the only thing keeping us going. But I'm not sure it's real. Otherwise, why would it always be out of reach?
We know you mean well.
Thank you, friend. But you're going to continue, aren't you?
अब ये दोनों फिर से मर जाएंगे।
It's not an illusion. We really are getting closer to the star.
Odette?
Congratulations. You're the first person to make it. I'm the star's envoy. The black mist has stopped rising. Its hunger is satisfied for now. This is a good opportunity. I'll let you get some rest before we continue. What do you mean, leave? The star represents the starting point. Congratulations on reaching the starting point. Once you are ready, we will head out and walk upwards. I will be right by your side the whole way. Huh? What's wrong? Hey, don't give up before the journey's even...
ये मेरे को ऑडियंस के ऊपर अब गड़बड़ क्यों लग रहा है? मेरे को इसके ऊपर वो लग रहा है, शक हो रहा है भाई, कुछ तो गड़बड़ है।
Is that what you...
ये फिर से दोनों मर गए।
Wake up! Please!
ये दोनों फिर से, ये दोनों भी मर गए। Okay.
The situation is identical to that of the two casualties yesterday.
At least there are some elements that we can rule out this time. They slept on the stage with everyone else. So I suppose the surrounding environment can't be...
Rampana.
Weren't some of us keeping watch last night? 3 of us, in fact. How could you not notice something?
I'm as confused as you are. Certainly nothing unusual happened.
Likewise, and from what I've observed so far, both Miss Odette and the Traveler can be trusted.
To be honest, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. I couldn't help but think I was the target. So I just laid there with my eyes closed. I heard the Traveler and Lelik chatting, but otherwise I don't recall hearing any commotion during the night.
Me too. I didn't want to wake everyone up, so I was concentrating hard, trying not to cough. I hardly...
Then, what could possibly be causing this? I worked closely with Rampana and Coolish for so long. I never imagined that one day they'd... And on this stage of all places...
मार कौन रहा है इन्हें?
Florianitsa. 4 victims in just 2 days. And we still don't have a... I need to get to the bottom of this as soon as possible. And above all, keep Tonya safe. I'd never be able to look Child in the eye again.
हाँ, अगर इसको कुछ हुआ तो चाइल्ड को जो तेरा बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा. एंड चाइल्ड भी वो तो पागल हो जाएगा, बोलेगा ऐसी तैसी जो भी सबको मारूंगा.
Still no sign of it.
So we only have ourselves.
If you ask me, this killer can clearly strike whenever they please. The Night Watch was a... Lelik must be an expert in poisoning. Clearly she used some poison that can't be detected on...
Here we go again.
Listen, I was already thinking to myself last night, was Lelik's reason for revealing her identity the real story? Well, now I have my answer. It most certainly was not. She's been playing us for fools. You get off on this, don't you? Revealing your identity, only to carry on with your killing spree?
That's a hideous thought. One that only a hideous mind like yours could dream up.
How dare you?
That's enough. Yesterday, you named Lelik as a suspect because the victims were both wealthy merchants. Lelik might have had a motive then, but today's victims were just ordinary people. Not to mention that they were colleagues of Odette and mine. What reason would she have to murder them? Let me guess. Just to scare you?
Who knows? Maybe you don't know her as well as you think. I implore you all to ask yourselves, how many people are there really in this world that have what it takes to kill another person? Not many, I'd wager. Lelik is well known to be a ruthless operator, and now she has revealed her identity. How could it be any more obvious?
Everything you've said so far is still just conjecture, which doesn't constitute a concrete lead. You need to back up your claims with some evidence.
How can you defend her, officer? What did she say to you while you were on Night Watch? Maybe I shouldn't be so surprised. You military types are always colluding with criminals to target the rich. All so you can get your grubby paws on our hard-earned fortunes, then tell us to fall in line. The Fatui, the Druzhna, and the Rokot. Thugs, the lot of you. Don't you
Sir, but... You were the one who told us not to stop other people from expressing their opinions. 4 people have already died. Only yesterday I was chatting with Mr. Coolish. Then we woke. Turning against one another is the last thing we should be doing right...
Little girl.
Even if Mr. Chuganov is a puffed-up, pig-headed windbag who doesn't have a clue what he's talking about, he's still one of the victims here.
I had no intention of resorting to violence. But you're right, Miss Tonya. I ought not prevent him from speaking. In any case, I believe Mr. Chuganov has calmed down.
I don't think there's any need for that. What is there to discuss? Nothing.
Did you have an idea, Mitya? You're the brainiac here, right?
I've been mulling something over. All the leads we have so far concern things from outside the theater. Miss Odette's alter ego, the threats Mr. Chugan offers, but then there's the 2 double murder crime scenes themselves, which have given us absolutely nothing to go on whatsoever. That's highly unusual. Even with the most careful killers, there's always some evidence.
So what are you suggesting?
I think this could be a supernatural event. It isn't characteristic of human-on-human homicide.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you supposed to be a scientist? That doesn't sound like a conclusion someone like you...
I got into scientific research because of my insatiable curiosity. But if the present situation defies all known scientific explanation...
Now that you mention it, I
I remember when I first came to the theater. I heard rumor haunted? Yeah, I think I heard the same thing. But I mean, they're only rumors, right? We've worked here for years. Surely we would have noticed any spooky...
Well, this has taken an unexpected turn. A haunted theater? If Paimon were here, she'd probably be hiding behind me and...
Why don't we take this opportunity to look for clues again with a more open mind? Maybe a different perspective.
Very well. Whether it's criminals or ghosts we're looking for, the same rules apply. Everyone needs to tread carefully.
अब सिर्फ इतने ही लोग बचे हैं। ये दिन तो है, अब कौन बचा है भाई? पता नहीं क्या होगा।
Valeri, come take a look at this.
Some sort of notebook.
It's the on-duty logbook for the theater. Kulish was the main person to use. He mostly used it to record any unusual incidents during a show, audience numbers, exit time. Yes, he'd always have this logbook with him when he checked tickets.
This should confirm a lot of key details about the recent show.
Yes, the number of people. I've checked and double-checked, but the numbers just don't match what's apparently.
Are we certain that logbook is accurate? Could someone have sneaked in without
Unlikely. Kulish took his duties, not to mention that this was a dress rehearsal, meaning smaller audience numbers and tighter ticket restrictions than usual.
We no longer have our tickets with us, do we? They got collected on entry. I assume there's no way we can check them again.
Unfortunately not. The theater recycles tickets. Once people are in the door, they don't tend to leave until the show ends. So we collect the tickets at the point of entry.
Okay.
Still, I'm inclined to believe that this discrepancy in the head count is significant somehow.
Did an extra person just materialize out of thin air?
कौन है वो बंदा?
Traveler. Alosha found it. We're both curious to hear your perspective. It appears to be a, well, an investigation report. And
An investigation report, huh? Looks quite old.
The theater manager must have hired an investigator once specifically to look into this issue.
Presumably, the manager wanted to know if the supposed haunting was dangerous, while also... Anyway, the bottom line...
Leyline problems are pretty unexceptional to me by this point. It's hard to imagine what connection it could...
Some of the language that appears at the very end of the report caught my eye. My area of research doesn't touch on any of that, so... huh? A piece of paper just fell out from the report. It landed right by your feet.
Death is near.
How unnerving. Death is near. Is that supposed to be what's going on? But if so, how did the author foresee it?
Maybe things are more complicated.
No, wait a second. If we take the report and the note at face value, the report definitively concludes that the hauntings in the theater are harmless and cannot affect the real world. But the question is, what exactly does the note mean by death? The various ways we could interpret this keyword lead in completely different directions.
Tonya?
Not yet. Still looking.
This looks like somebody's notebook. Shall we read it together?
Well, alright.
Huh. This...
Maybe it's a little rude for us to peek at this. I feel like I just read someone's secret diary by accident. It sounds like she's writing this for her parents, right?
Because her water imp parents belong to the aristocracy, who were driven out of Snezhnaya by the Tsaritsa. It's fine. My fault for not storing it properly. I can't leave things lying around and Alright, give me...
Okay. Oh god.
If we take all this together, it's not impossible, is it?
Oh, I beg to differ. This sounds to me like a product of a researcher's vivid imagination. And perhaps it's because I'm still viewing this through the lens of a typical murder investigation. But
does it really sound that far-fetched? Alright, well, let's treat that as speculation for now. I do agree with what you've said, so...
Good. Okay, now that we finally have...
Okay, सब इकट्ठा हो गए.
So, I'll share my theory first. If the killer had simply bought a ticket, it would have... I expect he or she either hid in the theater ahead of time, or found a way to slip...
What about the note found in the investigation report?
The killer may have simply planted it there as some sort of...
So, it has nothing to do with the haunting...
This theory makes sense to me.
Could it really be that...
So, in other words, all we have to do is find out who got in here with that... Then let me make one thing clear. All the theater staff should be well aware that I came here for the rehearsal legitimately. Yes?
It's true. I hear... I'm most... probably a stupid question. Guess it was naive of me to
Especially after the unprompted Lelik reveal. Once was already a miracle. Twice?
I don't believe any of us here knew Shram before all this.
Okay.
Mr. Shram, did you really go through the ticket inspection to get in here?
Huh? Me? Why am I being singled out, my friend? Do I seem...
It's not that you stand out as suspicious. More...
Okay. Well, we spent the best part of 2 days together now, so I'm sure you can all tell what kind of person I am. I'm a true gentleman. I never dream of doing something like sneaking to...
Yeah, I have no doubt that you're a good person. But the problem is, none of us here actually know you, so... No, although, actually, what was it you said last night? Yeah, you're friends with that water imp. Which is why you understand last time I checked, there were barely any of us remaining in Snezhnaya, since most of the water imps left. Could you tell me a little bit more about... And I suppose...
पकड़ा गया.
Good grief. Are you blushing? Pull yourself together, man.
Hey, revolting is a little strong. All right, fine. I'll admit, I was just a bodyguard hired by our family. But the stars must have aligned, because sparks began to fly between me and their daughter.
We don't need details. Just...
Okay. I'm just a little hesitant to reveal her name, that's all. Even with me to protect her. If word gets out that she's dating a human, both the Fae and human factions will give her a...
Really?
Huh? Shram, what the devil are you talking?
Why is everyone looking at me like that?
Delicate times.
Yes? You know, the Civil War? Last time I checked...
If I'm not mistaken, the last significant civil war in Snezhnaya history was over 400 years ago, when Her Majesty the Tsaritsa had just taken the throne.
What do you mean?
What's going on here?
All right, Mr. Mitya, you win this round. As far-fetched as it is.
I'm just as amazed as you are. I didn't even believe it myself.
Is someone going to explain what's going on?
From the look on your face, you figured it out too, haven't you, Traveler?
Okay, according to the theater duty log, there seems to be an extra person. A letter wrote only but never sent. A clue it has surfaced. Investigation photo.
That seems to be Vodianitsa's private. No. The theater's ley lines have been modified to block souls within its grounds from returning to them. Some souls can even want. Mr. Shram's statement proves he's from and according to the investigation report on the theater hauntings, Mr. Shram is very likely a lost soul.
Okay.
For some unknown reason, the soul that has been wandering the theater due to the ley line issues has joined. Yeah, that must be the immediate reason why the ticket count doesn't. Since we discovered that all of last night, Lelek, the death of those victims, the contents of the investigation report have been verified. There are indeed ley line issues and wandering souls in the theater. Death likely symbolizes the deceased. Death is near. Huh.
Yeah, the logic is clear now. The investigation report said that there would be souls stuck wandering around the theater because the ley lines were cut. Mr. Shram must be one such soul who died in the theater a long time ago. In which case, that also makes him up. So when the note said death is near, it must have been referring to death as in the deceased. People who died a long time ago.
Someone who died.
In short, there's a dead person among us. The extra person we've been.
You mean I'm a ghost? No. Don't make. But even if I was dead, I know for a fact I didn't kill anyone these past 2 nights.
Yeah. Even if all that's true, the report also said the souls inside the theater can't affect reality, right?
Then the ley lines have a powerful ability to attract and devour souls. Let's say that the ley lines are like a black hole, constantly seeking to engulf souls. But the souls that don't want to return are trying to avoid.
Why?
What happens when the black hole can't achieve its goal? I'm only speculating here, but what if it?
That could explain why we weren't able to determine a cause of death. If you.
It does seem to explain a lot of the things we couldn't make sense of.
Except there's no concrete evidence. Mitya is relying on a lot of logical leaps. Still, it seems like the best explanation we have under the...
Alright, so how could Shram not know that he's dead? Seems a little...
On the contrary, it's perfectly normal for a soul to wander the theater for centuries without questioning their existence.
You know what, Mr. Brainiac? I think you might actually be right after. I'm trying to remember and... even though I was the one who didn't want to remember my own death. So
Well, I'm sure...
My lady and I snuck out to go on a date one day. We bought tickets for the theater. All of a sudden, a group of people burst into the theater, shouting for all the water imps to get out. Performers and audience members included. It was clear the conflict between humans and Fae had reached a boiling point. I thought I could pull one over on them. So I took off my jacket, draped it over my lady, and tried to sneak out amid the chaos. But I got caught. They started shouting, calling me, but I was going to do whatever it took to buy our chance to escape. No matter how many people stood in my way. I had to. Both as their bodyguard, and out of love.
It's all right, friend. You can stop there if you want.
It's just... Even now, I'm still If I'd known I was a dead man walking, I wouldn't have dragged you down with me.
But...
No. I refuse to be a burden. I know what I guess it's high time I got a breath of fresh air. Out there, I mean. I'll leave this place. and take all this death with me.
Mr. Shram, I'm sure we can figure out a different course.
My good sir, we both know I'm not supposed to be here. I should have accepted my death long ago.
No,
Let it go, man. Oh, wait. One last thing. Miss Wateramp. My lover. Her name was Lytia.
Ozarova. Oh, Auntie Ozarova. That's what we all called her. I remember her as a very kind elder.
As long as she went on to be happy. That's all that matters. Besides, I'm dead. My soul has been wandering around here for so long because I was worried about her. But now, I can go without regret.
Okay, I'm back.
There's no need to see me off, my friends. I've enjoyed our time together over these past few days. Perhaps.
यार ये चला गया यार. तो ये वो बंदा था. यार इमोशनल करके चला गया. इमोशनल करके चला गया.
My man.
I knew Mr. Shram was already dead, but...
Death is cruel, no matter how we might try.
So, was the conflict between Fae and humans really that bad back then? I was only little, so even historical records about that time period, all people know is that the Tsaritsa founded the Fatui, drove out most of the Fae aristocracy without explanation, then used her terrifying power to support.
It seems to me like the Tsaritsa chose to make herself the enemy. She downplayed the conflict, directing whatever animosity both sides had for each other. That's also why, despite how brutal the conflict was at the time, there hasn't been much lingering tension between humans.
So, the Tsaritsa banished the Fae to protect the Fae living in the city?
Maybe it's not quite as bad as it sounds. I don't think Her Majesty is too concerned if mortals hate her or not. And besides...
All this time?
All right. If Mitia's theory is correct, then I think we can consider this matter settled.
Ugh, if only this blasted storm wasn't still...
Looks like now we can just rest until the snowstorm. I still can't believe Shram turned out to be a ghost who'd been in the theater for hundreds of years. To think he...
Knock, knock. Hmm? Knock, knock.
You know the door isn't closed, right? You don't...
Think of it as a signal, then. When I'm entering someone else's room and I knock, I'm here as Odette. If I don't knock, it's Lelik. Thanks.
So, why did you come to find me?
Vodyanitsa said you knew about my secret identity from... But when everyone was discussing who Lelik could be, you were worried that revealing what you knew would be unfair to me. So you kept it to yourself. Yes.
It's nothing. I mean, you didn't hold what happened with Senora against me, so...
Actually, there's something else as well. I found myself in a situation similar to the one you were in when you helped, so I thought I'd come and ask you for advice. It's about Mitia. Before all of this, the last time I saw him, he was dead. As I'm sure you know, my goal as Lelik was to stop well, when I found out the tech lead for the experiment behind Project Stuzha was Mitia, I immediately started planning to track him down. I often saw him around the theater, but I soon concluded that making my move there would risk, so I decided to infiltrate the Armory Palace and go directly to his lab. That way, well, I suppose there was a bit of luck involved, but I am a Fatus, so I already had some familiarity with the building's layout. But when I finally made it to his lab, Mitya seemed to be dead. I checked his breathing and his pulse. I thought maybe another anti-Project Stuja activist had beaten me to it, and chosen a much more brutal method.
That's why you were so on guard around Mitya that first night here.
Yes. When I saw him sitting in the audience during the performance, I could barely contain the shock. To me, it was a miracle. Somehow, he'd come back from the dead. But then, the murders started happening and things got so complicated that is, until Mitya himself said there must be a dead person among us.
And yet, you thought that bringing it up right away would single Mitya out. Just like when everyone was suspecting Lelek.
Exactly. I thought there could be something I was missing. Besides, we soon figured out that Mr. Shram was a ghost, and we knew there was only one extra person.
But now I understand why you kept it to yourself. There was so much information being thrown around during that discussion. Bringing up Mitya would have just introduced more confusion.
So, what do you think we should do?
Let me confirm one thing first. When was it that you found Mitya dead?
Around a week ago. Sometime in the afternoon.
A week ago? That's earlier than I thought. I saw him just a few days ago at a restaurant. That definitely would have been after you found him dead. He seemed completely normal to me. Chatting with Vodyanitsa, trying to avoid Valeri.
So he was definitely alive on that day. Huh. Well, all I can say is I know what I saw.
Here's a thought. The reason we even suspected a dead person could be among us was because of the problem with the theater's ley lines. But Mitya's death happened inside the Armory Palace. The ley line issue affecting the theater shouldn't reach that far.
You're right. I guess he doesn't fit the profile of the person we were searching for.
I think the chances of it being him are very low. Surely he can't have died for real in the Armory Palace. Unless
what?
Unless he really did come back from the dead.
You're right. Do you think we need to disclose this to the other?
Huh, what's this? A private meet and greet? Where do I line up?
That's not what's going on here.
Well, I was just making the rounds. Thought I'd try to lighten the mood a bit. Vodyanitsa's handing out food if you're hungry.
Okay. So, guys, I think आज के दिन हमें स्ट्रीम यहीं पर रोकना चाहिए. बाकी आगे की स्टोरी हम कल के दिन करेंगे एंड मैं आपको वापस से रिमाइंड देना चाहता हूँ कि स्पेशल स्ट्रीम जो है वो परसों होने वाला है संडे को. सो चलते हम लोग फटाफट बातचीत की तरफ. गेम साउंड में बंद कर देता हूँ. बैकएंड में बंद कर देता हूँ. मैं सारी चीजें फिक्स कर लूँ. ओके. सो गाइस आज के लिए इतना ही. बाकी मिलते हैं हम लोग कल के स्ट्रीम पे. तब तक के लिए रिमेंबर, स्टे ब्राइट, स्टे ब्लेजिंग। सायोनारा।
हाथों में कंट्रोल ला, आंखों में ही जीत ही लिखी है मेरे हर गेम। कभी ना रुकता कभी ना झुकता, हर मुश्किल में खुद को ढूंढता, हर एक हार से सीख के आगे अपनी राह मैं खुद ही बनाता। मैं हूँ अशूरा, मैं हूँ आग, जीत मेरी पहचान है आज हर गेम में नाद मेरा चलिए, मैं कभी न पीछे हटने वाला, कभी वलोरांट कभी नई दुनिया, हर जगह मेरी ही कहानियां, दोस्तों के साथ ये सोलो फाइट में भी लिखता अपनी हाईलाइट। छत में आवाज सबका प्यार, मुझसे ही बनता ये संसार, वर्चुअल हो या रियल लाइफ में ही जीतूं हर एक फाइट। गिर के उठना यही मेरी पहचान, बिन बनूं मैं थोड़ा और महान, कोई न रोक सके मेरा ये सफर। मैं ही हूँ अपना सर, मैं हूँ अशूरा, याद रख नाम मेरा, सबसे अलग गेम की दुनिया का मैं राजा, और यही मेरी पहचान। हाथों में कंट्रोल ला, आंखों में ही जीत ही लिखी है मेरे हर गेम। कभी ना रुकता कभी ना झुकता, हर मुश्किल में खुद को ढूंढता, हर एक हार से सीख के आगे अपनी राह मैं खुद ही बनाता। मैं हूँ अशूरा, मैं हूँ आग, जीत मेरी पहचान है आज हर गेम में नाद मेरा चलिए, मैं कभी न पीछे हटने वाला, कभी वालों